Yo, what is up, my gamers in Christ? How are we doing today? Today is the date of July 18th of 2026. I hope we are doing well. We've got some new things to introduce, such as this dono light right here. Let me tell you, this bad girl, I got it for a great price, okay? I bought it from a dealer of these sorts of things. So anyways, so every time somebody donates, I will add a little light right there. So we have a visualizer of when we'll get to the right tweet of the day and some other things. This is just a little test as well, so I'll probably refine this bad girl as time goes on. But anyways, that's all well and good. Nah? Why nah? Why do you disagree? Why the nah, my friend? Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. We are looking for those that still somehow support the administration, or disagree with anything I have here to say, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, I do need to let my Discord know that I'm live. 10-pound potato says, nah. I don't know what that was to. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, how are we doing today, guys? I hope we are doing well. I really do. It has been an interesting week for politics. I'll tell you guys that much. If you guys haven't heard the news, unfortunately, two of our service members have unfortunately passed away during the service to the country in this escalating war in Iran. Let me let everyone know that we are live real quick. That's always important. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It gets me boosted out there in the algorithm. It is all sorts of great stuff when you like and subscribe. And if you support what I do here, consider sending a donation. Super chats and /or memberships are very much appreciated because you're funding freedom, ladies and gentlemen. You are funding freedom and democracy. Real quick, let me put up the poll for the day. What should the question be, ladies and gentlemen? I kind of went live before I had the poll up. Do you support war in Iran? Shout out. Shout out. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, we've got a poll. Anyways, looks like we may have some cope in the chat. Let's take a look. Let's take the look. Democrats are the ones that screwed the country, not the Republicans. The 76 days from the time Trump was elected and Biden moved out pushed out $93 billion in funds going to What, bro? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're gonna have to call in and tell me what you're talking about, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Something tells me it may be fake, and that's kind of a MAGA special there, ladies and gentlemen. Just inventing claims out of thin air, nothing to back them up, just the feelings and their ideas. But if you guys are different than MAGA, don't forget to like and subscribe. You are a disgrace to your race and gender. Okay. Cringe. Reddit mod syndrome. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Jesus. Somebody get this guy some grass. He needs to touch it. You have to be kidding me. You are the ones that are focusing on feelings like transgenderism. No, I'd say that's your feelings. Your feelings are upset about trans people existing. I don't have an opinion on trans people existing, just like I don't have an opinion on you existing. You know what I mean? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Shavila? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in The governor of Michigan said men can use girls' bathrooms. All right. Why do you have an issue with that? Why do you have an issue with that, man? Do you think sex is happening in the bathroom? I think you use the restroom to go number 2 and number 1. I don't think it's a hot sex place. That must be what you think, though. One day the truth will come out, every knee will bow, and tongue confessed about Jesus Christ was Lord. Holy shit, man. Can you occupy the street corner with that type of talk? Not my life? Jesus. Yeah, Randy, I said, why do you have a problem with that? I hear a gender-neutral bathroom just opened up in South Carolina. Oh, no! Oh, no. It's over, guys. It's over. The woke has infected even South Carolina. It's over. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really helps out the channel and gets me boosted out there in the algorithm. I do 2 shows every day, typically. 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. So if that interests you, don't forget to like and sub. What about the people that are uncomfortable to have been R-worded and molested by men? Well, I think that's a problem with men, not trans women. Oh, man. And then Daily Grass out here with the anti-Semitism. Always fun. Always fun. It's just embarrassing, folks. It's embarrassing. But that really is all that MAGA and the right are right now. It's just anti-Semitism, racism, and bigotry. The isms and the trees, you know what I mean? That's all it is with MAGA. They have nothing to run on. What are they going to run on? Seriously. No new wars? That's not really true. Trump's in a new war right now that just killed 2 U.S. service members. What about decreasing prices? Well, the tariffs have raised that, and so has the Iran war. I mean, what is this guy even running on? Oh, I guess now his big thing is election security. As if he really wants a secure election. As if he's just not trying to disenfranchise voters. It's so obvious, folks. So obvious. What do the Democrats believe in? Well, the Democrats believe in a wide variety of policies that address the needs of the American people, such as a public option which would decrease healthcare prices, to uncapping the House for allow more representation. But we have a wide variety of policies, unlike the Republicans that are MAGA first all day. Why is my head so huge? What does that even mean? I don't think my head is that big. Maybe it is, though. Maybe it is. That'd be sick. That means it's because I'm super smart. That's actually why. It's because I'm super smart. You don't give a frick about anybody else, just your feelings. Lord, you're literally Laura, my bad, whatever the fuck your name is. You're having an entire schizophrenic episode in my chat. I'm sorry. Maybe don't like schizo out. I don't know, man. Anyways, folks, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are looking for those that still somehow support this sad administration, and it just gets worse day by day, as now the war in Iran has claimed multiple lives, and the death toll continues to rise, all for a sad attempt to most likely get what will amount to a worse version of the JCPOA. But it's not surprising. I mean, Democrats are always the one to clean up a Republican's mess. It's just this time they really have shit the bed. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see because I want a Republican Party that's reasonable, that's understanding. Are illegals able to vote in America? No, they are not. They are not, ladies and gentlemen. The funny thing is, if those 278k votes, they wouldn't have swung any state unless they were concentrated in specific ones. Nobody has voted illegally, guys. Nobody has voted illegally. Did you know? So, what's interesting is that there are studies on this, conducted by, I believe, the House Republicans, and what they found, or a Republican institution, I should say, what they found was that there were only 50 instances of undocumented people voting in, like, the past, let's see, like 100 years? It's insane, actually. At the very least, the last 50 years. It's insane. Am I on shrooms? No, I am not on shrooms. This snake whispering hypnotic sentences like an NPR head. Well, thank you so much, Sky High. I really appreciate that. Wow, I don't think that's, wow, thank you. That's a really big compliment. You think I could be on NPR? Thank you so much. Wow, you're making me blush out here. Thank you. Ah, so it was 50, not 0. You're right. Those 50 votes are gonna really swing the elections, guys. You got it. Let me tell you guys, 50 votes concentrated in an election, you've got some voting power right there. You've got some voting power. Maybe on a bill in, like, your local ordinance, you know what I mean? Anyways, folks, feel free to call in and tell me why I am wrong. I would love to hear it. Right now, we're just seeing a bunch of cope from MAGA, a bunch of very sad men that do not know how to advocate for their policies. It's very sad, very embarrassing. This is just kind of how MAGA works, though, unfortunately. People in Bridgeport, Kentucky were just, or Connecticut were just sentenced for voter fraud. Let me see. Let's look that up real quick. Real-time fact checking with that guy that doesn't exist. Connecticut voter fraud. Let's see. All right. 5 charged. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But this is for the 2023 elections. Inspectors from Statewide Prosecution Bureau in the office of the Chief State's Attorney arrested Alfredo Costello, Wanda Geter Padaky, Maria Jazz Marie. Okay. So, what was the crime? Here we go. In violation with Connecticut. So it looks like they were just putting in absentee ballots for, like, their family members. And it even says in the article it wouldn't be enough to shift the election. So it seems like much more that was a procedural issue, not really an issue of voter fraud. Really? Trump call us Democrats? Who insults who? That's very true. It is very sad to see the amount of insults MAGA likes to throw at their brothers and sisters here in America. Still got your piercings in. What? Do you not like my piercings, PW? Do they make you feel a certain way? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Listen, I can't help this journey. This is a you journey, man. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream, do not forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Unfortunately, that's so weird, bro. Why would I do that? See, this is what I'm talking about. That's so weird. Like, now he's making me uncomfortable. asking me to play with it. What a weirdo. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. Distinct Dental, that was debunked, actually. That New York Post video, it was actually debunked. Those people were being paid to say they were paying people. Isn't that insane? Yeah, unfortunately the right has to lie to get things actually done. And when they do things, when they do enact solutions, they are harmful to the very American citizenry that they want to enact, or that they want to protect. My bad. Debunked, they weren't homeless. Well, they weren't being paid either. That's the important part. It will take decades to rebuild America, whatever president steps up. Well, I do think that it is going to take a long time to fix the holes Donald Trump has shown in our democracy, but I think it can be done. But it takes a engaged citizenry that is willing to do good work. Hey, what's up, Gertie? Good to see you. All right. Yeah, please don't be weird. Guys, I'm sorry. Anybody being weird like that, they get executed. And I don't mean to be too harsh, but that's a little weird. Weirded me out. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. What do you think the Russian hoax was, Distinct Dental? Do you not think that Russia was paying certain companies to advertise against against wait a minute. Why am I? Oh, Hillary Clinton. Sorry. I don't know why I forgot Hillary there for a moment. Anyways, feel free to call in. Thank you, Ben. I hope you're doing well as well. Anyways, folks, we are looking for those that want to debate, and we've got a lot of cope in chat, and unfortunately that just tends to happen with MAGA. They rule much more based on their feelings rather than actual logic would dictate, and I think that's sad. By the way, good to see you, Gertie. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Anyways, the truth will hurt. I love the tears. There's video evidence of paying homeless in LA. Okay, can you point me to some of that video evidence, sir? Can you please point me to any of that evidence? You are describing Democrats. Democrats are allergic to the facts. No, we are allergic to lies. You guys love lies, unfortunately. Suck it up like it's a gosh darn, like you're a mosquito or something. The pest of our democracy truly are MAGA, unfortunately, guys. But don't worry, we can fight back against it by electing Democrats that are actually interested in enacting solutions, unlike these partisan hacks in the Republican Party. You know, it really is a tell for the Republican Party as far as they are absolutely, they can't answer a question when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to any policy position, truthfully. It's very sad. It's very sad. How do we get the Democratic Party back on track? Well, I think we're on track right now. I think we are winning special election after special election, and I think when we're actually in power, we'll be able to enact real substantial changes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel, gamers.
Call from
Chris.
All right. Hey, Chris, how are you doing today? Yeah, no problem. So did you disagree with anything I've said on the live so far or with the prompt?
You mentioned there was no proof of the homeless getting paid in California.
Yeah, for sure.
A quick YouTube search of the New York Post and the California Post two articles
Yeah,
on
so the
YouTube
New
that'll
York Post and California Post are hacks that should have no credibility. You know that, right? And
so
so,
similar to CNN.
yeah, if you want to say that, but no, they have no credibility. There's been no investigation done. Even Donald Trump, who is saying, hey, everything is fake, still has not brought up homeless being paid for their vote. So I don't know, man. It just seems like it's really speculative and just not true.
I mean, there was video of actual homeless people on video
Okay,
saying that
what?
they were paid.
Yeah,
Well,
I
on the
know. Yeah,
California Post and the
exactly.
New York
But
Post.
from New York Post, yeah, I know.
Was it an AI video? I'm not sure I follow.
No, what New York Post did was they paid them to say that. It's kind of like
Oh.
a interesting little fact there, eh?
Sounds like similar to the debt. I mean, there's going to be fraud on both sides, right?
Oh, so it's okay though. But why are you bringing that up like as if it's evidence?
Well, it's not evidence. It's just the CNN does the same type of thing. Wouldn't you
Okay,
agree that it's
well,
fraud on both sides?
I think that's bad. Can you show me the time CNN has like I don't like CNN, bro. Why do you?
Well, there's other
Do you
left
watch
leaning. I
CNN a
believe
lot? Like it
ABC.
seems like you
Well,
watch CNN a lot.
I don't. I just ABC and NBC. One of them also got sued by Trump, and he won. There was a
Okay, that's
lawsuit where
great.
they
I
said.
don't watch any major news networks
I'm
actually.
just saying that there's fraud on both sides, and for somebody not willing
It's
to
not
look in the
both
mirror,
sides, sir. It's not both
I
sides.
just mentioned both sides.
No, you didn't. You brought
The
up an
fake news.
example which I countered with the fact that New York Post is a hack of an total Republican rag. And
The
could you
California
show me
Post
a
as
New York
well.
Post investigation that has led to charges or any serious action by the government? No.
No, we saw a video from the
Or any
California Post and the New
expose
York Post.
that has been verified? No.
Well, you mentioned that there wasn't a video. I was clearly stating
No,
that
I
I've
didn't say
seen
there
numerous.
wasn't. Yeah, is there like you said there was CCTV video? That's the claim I have an issue with. Is there like
No, it was just them doing
CCTV
recording.
video of
No,
Karen
they were
Baskin
recording.
giving money to people?
No, there were reporters down at Skid Row talking to people,
Okay,
homeless
yes.
people.
Homeless people will say a lot of things for money. Is there any actual evidence besides the New York Post, known rightoid rag, just saying it? Is there
What
anything else?
what other evidence other than
Yeah, so
hack
I
job?
would like to see like actual like evidence, as in like maybe there's a memo put out by Karen Baskin, maybe there is, I don't know, CCTV evidence of them getting paid to go to a voting place. Like, is there any evidence besides just what the New York Post is saying?
Well, it's in California. They keep any kind of evidence like that on CCTV on lock. They're not
See,
going to
it's
expose that.
very, you see what it's like, well, I
They're
understand
not.
that there's only one thing, there's nothing really supporting what I believe besides known rag, New York Post. So I don't know,
It's
like, they're just
California
gonna
Post as
keep it
well.
locked down. I bet you feel very similarly about like why we're in the Iran war. You're like, well, the military experts know what they're doing, so.
It was also the California Post. It was
So
two sources
yeah,
that
who
I
are
saw the
those
video
owned
from.
by? Who are those owned by?
I, I'm not sure. I just saw the video, and
Yeah.
that may be irrelevant. But similar to the no evidence on that behalf, it'd be like um, Jean Carroll with her word against Trump. There's no evidence, just her word, right? That's it. It's just her word.
Well, it's actually
We can
not
go
just
back
her
and forth.
word. So that's actually not true. So with the E. Jean Carroll case, it was actually a jury of his peers. So it's
I know,
actually
but it was
not
her word
analogous
initially
at
that got him
all.
there.
One
Was
thing
it her
is a
word that got him there?
trial. One thing is a trial where accusations are being levied. One is a video where accusations are trying to be levied with zero proof besides homeless people being paid to say something.
It was a civil trial.
Well,
The
it's still
the
more of a
the
trial than
the
what you're
burden
bringing up.
of proof is a lot less than a civil trial, and it was her word.
Well,
So there was no
apparently,
evidence. It was
well,
just
for
her
you,
word.
apparently the burden of proof is zero, or is very, very fragile, considering you believe this hack, New York Post article or
I just
video, I
saw a
should
video. I
say.
didn't believe that they would go
Yeah,
out
I
on their
know
limb and
you
make an
just saw
AI
a
video.
video, but then you were like,
Would they,
"Well, I want to defend the video, even though I don't know anything about what I'm talking about."
did they make an AI video just to show that the homeless were paid a couple dollars for a vote? Is that what it was?
Did I say it was an AI video?
Well, we don't know, right? So, I mean, it's just fraud on both sides. Are you not willing to admit that there's fraud
See,
on both
this
sides?
is
It's just
just both
unbelievable
sides.
bias.
Yeah, because you haven't brought me any evidence that California rigs its elections.
Well, I just mentioned what my
That's
evidence was,
not,
and
I
I
know,
mean,
and I just brought up how New York Post is a known rightoid rag. So can you give me like any real evidence besides just what the New York Post is saying?
well, I mentioned the California Post as well.
Okay. They're
So
owned by
both
the
of them
same
had the same
person,
story,
bro.
right? Did you want to address the 9% inflation with Biden, or?
Yeah, so the 9% inflation when Biden was in office was very much due to a large variety of factors. But what was it brought down to by the time Biden was out of office? Do you want to say that for the people?
Well, no, Trump got into office and then
No,
drastically
no,
reduced the
sir.
inflation.
What was the inflation rate when Biden was out of office? Why don't you just tell the people? I can tell
Did it
them if you
inflate to
want.
9%? Oh, it was 4.5%.
No, it wasn't even 4.5%.
So he led it for 9% for 3.5 years, and now you're going to take credit for the
No, it wasn't
4.5%
three
and
and
you
a
walked
half
out?
years, sir. How long did we
I
have
mean,
9% in how long did we have 9% inflation? Do you know?
it was 3 years.
It was not 3 years.
He was
How much
coming into
was it?
rising
Sir, I
inflation,
thought
and
you I thought you
by the
knew
first,
about this stuff. I thought you knew about this
he,
stuff.
he was
Come
coming into high
on.
inflation, and during the first year, it got up to 8%, and then steadily into the second year, it creeped to 9%. Yes, it was going down when he left office, but
No,
it was still at a
no, that's not
4.5% rate.
true. Ladies and gentlemen, it reached a peak of 9% and then it rapidly fell, but that was only due to one thing. What was that one thing? Do you know?
How many years was it 9%? Does it say?
It was not at 9% for more than like a month or two.
No.
No, well, bring up some evidence, sir. Here, we can
Oh,
just go to the inflation calendar.
I don't have anything in front of me. I'm talking on my phone, so I don't have any research, so I apologize.
Well, here, we'll just look up the inflation calendar and see what it looks like here.
Are you a firm
See,
believer on the policies of the Democrats created a DEI policy where they don't base merit on any kind of job positions? Are you,
I think that's interesting. You have that happening in North Carolina or South Carolina right now. Are you okay with Lindsey Graham's sister taking his place?
are you okay with blacks or
Why
women
don't you
piloting the
answer the
plane?
question, you fucking coward?
Immediately to the insults. I love it.
You're a
How,
coward, bro. You won't answer a question. Is that
did
hard?
you
Is it
want
hard for
did
you
you
to
want
do
men
that?
did you want men and women's sports as well?
Holy shit. This guy is just like, it's like you got this toy from fucking Toys R Us. He's got the pre-built lines, ladies and gentlemen.
I came a little bit prepared, I called last
No,
week.
you didn't. No, you didn't. You're just spouting off nonsense talking points.
Nancy
Do
Pelosi's
I
worth
want men in
275
women's
million.
sports? I believe so. I'm not into sports, so I think we should leave it up to the private organizations, right?
To let men compete against women? How about women's rights? Do you believe in women's rights?
Don't
Can you
you
define
believe?
what a
Don't you
woman?
believe in privatization and not and the government not overreaching?
Can you define what a woman is?
A woman is anybody that displays effeminate characteristics and wants to be called a woman.
A woman is somebody that can birth a child. That's
Well,
the
I
only
mean,
definition.
wow, that is a weird definition. Anything that can birth a child? So what about intersex people that have like both
Humans.
sexual
Humans.
reproductive organs? What do you call
Humans.
them?
Takes a man and a woman to have a child.
Well,
A
okay, why
woman
don't you
births a
answer my
child.
question? See, this is why I called you a coward.
Did you say intersex?
Yeah, so what if they're intersex and they have a vagina and a penis?
Oh, you're talking the exception, very few.
Well, what if? I know, I'm asking you a question, sir. What do you call
Well, we're
that?
not talking,
What
you
do
guys
you
refer to
call
just the
it?
exception?
Okay, bro. Listen, answer the question. What do you call a person that's intersex?
I've never even heard that, sir. I
We're
can't
not going
hear
to
you. I
move
lost
off
you.
this point. We're not going to move off this point, buddy.
No, I lost you. Sorry. Go. I just never heard of intersex. Maybe you can define it for me.
Yeah, intersex would be a person that has both male genitalia and female genitalia.
Hermaphrodite?
That's the antiquated word for that, but yes. What do you
So
call
I've
that?
never met, seen
Okay,
video.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Answer the question. It's a
Uh,
hypothetical for
I'm
this
sorry. What was the
sake.
question? What was the question, sorry?
Yeah, what do you call that? Somebody who has both male and female genitalia.
I call them a hermaphrodite.
Oh, you do that? You would just call, "Hey, hermaphrodite, come here."
Well, I would call have you ever met one? I've never met one.
Well, I want you were about to say it. I know what you were about to say, and then you realized how fucked you were. So say it,
What?
pussy.
I would love to, please, I'm trying to educate
Yeah,
myself here. I've
so
never heard that.
please, what would you call them?
Somebody that was a man and a woman?
That had both male and female genitalia. Yes.
What would I call them? I mean,
It would be
what would you call
dependent,
them?
right? Here, I'll guide you. It would be dependent, right?
Dependent on what, if male and female organs.
You just said something. Male and female organs, and then that's it. What they have both, sir. But it
I don't
depends, right?
know.
It
I don't
depends,
know if
right?
that's even possible to live
It
like that.
is.
I've
It
just
is. It
never
is
heard of a case.
actually. It is
I've never
actually.
heard
So,
of a case.
sir, what would you call them? It depends,
You're
right?
just,
So, what would it depend on? What would it
are
depend
you just
on?
going off the exception? We were talking
What
about
would
a
it
woman and now we're
depend
talking
on?
intersex.
Answer the question, you coward.
I guess it would depend on if the dick is bigger than the vagina,
Really? That's what it would depend on, really.
or vice versa. Maybe the vagina was real large and the penis was small.
I don't think so. I don't think so, sir.
It's
Just
real hard
because
for me to
somebody has a small
entertain that thought.
penis doesn't mean they're not a man. Okay, so wrong question. So what else would it depend on besides your weird comment you just made?
Have you ever met somebody or heard of anybody like that?
Holy fuck, this is a hypothetical. Why don't you answer the question, you coward?
Why are you only referring to the exception and not the rule?
Sir, because I'm trying to illustrate something, but you're just fighting me every way. See, what actually the truth is that you were about to say before you recovered from it, it was like, oh fuck, I almost said that, is it would depend on how they feel and how they present themselves, right? It doesn't matter if their penis is bigger than their vagina. If they want to be a female, you would treat them like a female. So why doesn't that same exception, why doesn't that extend to everybody else?
What a woman is? We went from the definition of what a woman is to possibly identifying what a
Yeah, and I
hermaphrodite
was
is.
trying to paint it, but you realized the trap you were in. So good on you, buddy. But why don't you contend with what I said? Instead of just like, we were just talking about what it was. Yeah, you're crying and bitching out that you got caught. Now, why don't you tell me what's wrong with what I said there?
I don't find anything you said wrong. I find anything getting shoved down anybody's throats, right? I've never heard of
How's
that.
it
I
being
don't see
shoved
that
down
being.
your throat?
Well, I think that when we're talking what is a
Yeah,
woman,
point to an
and
example. Point to an example, sir.
when we're talking about what a woman is, and we get into this
Not an
kind of,
example. Yeah, can you show me where
I
like
would,
this gay propaganda is being pushed?
can I finish what I was saying, or are you gonna keep cutting me off?
Yeah, well, is it going to contend with what I've asked?
Well, we're talking about what a woman is, and then we move on to another kind of side topic that I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying about that very small population of people, right? That I don't even
It's
know
a
if we
small
could say 0.
population of trans people.
I know we can't even put a number on what you're referring to because
It's
we've
a
never
small
heard of it.
population of trans people.
There's not a case that's been we
There's
can
a small
refer to.
sir. There's a small population of trans people, but you're very oriented on that. So I want to explore that. Why?
You just mentioned a potential person that's not existed. I've never heard of that.
You've
right?
never
So
heard
if
of
we were
somebody who
gonna-
has both female and male genitalia? Really?
I have not. I've never even seen video. I educate myself quite
What
often.
type
I
of
would love
videos
to.
you watching for trans people? Anyways.
Just biological. I like to follow facts and logic. So I'm a firm believer on biological and scientific studies, typical facts, history as well. Some stuff that's actually
You're a big fan
can
of
be
biology, huh?
stuff that can be proven, right?
Proven?
Based on
Yeah.
facts,
Oh, okay. So if I was to
information.
show you a video, or not a video, a study that finds that A, so if I was to prove to you A, gender dysphoria is a real thing, and B, that the best treatment for it is gender affirming care, you would agree that that is a biological, you would agree with the stance on that because that has been done and found out through scientific method, right?
I would argue that's a mental illness.
It is, and the best treatment is gender affirming care.
I wouldn't affirm under 18 child care for that.
So I don't agree with surgeries if you're older than me or younger than the age of 18, but I don't think you have the authority to tell if puberty blockers and things like that have a meaningful long-time impact.
That's wild to say. There's
Why don't you
impact.
prove me wrong? Why don't you prove me
There's been
wrong?
numerous studies.
Prove me
There's been
wrong.
numerous studies.
Prove
with
me wrong. Point to a
individuals-
study. Point to a study.
With individuals that have come out.
Oh,
numerous
individual
individuals that have
stories
come out.
don't amount to anecdotes. Don't amount
Oh,
to
you didn't like the
evidence.
exception.
Anecdotes
when we
don't
were
amount to
talking about the rule.
evidence. Anecdotes don't amount to evidence, sir.
You didn't like the exception when we were talking about the rule. Similar, right? You only
No, I was
want
the
what
reason I
works
was
for you.
asking you that was to see what your feelings about gender and what is the dividing line. It wasn't
Male and
necessary.
female.
It was really a hypothetical, and I was asking
Male
you
and female.
what happens
Everything
if
else is
somebody has
mental
both
illness.
forms of genitalia, and your response was very.
That's never happened.
It wasn't.
You still can't point to me
sir.
in one example.
Oh my
never
God!
happened.
All
Not
right.
one
You want
example
me to
can you
point to an
mention.
example?
280 billion people. I don't know how many people. Quote me. How many people on the planet? 8 billion, 9 billion. And I've never even heard of one.
Let me get
You
you
can't point me in the direction of
statistic.
any
Since
one
apparently you
hermaphrodite. I
don't
would love
think
to
these.
see a hermaphrodite.
Then
Other
he
than a
thinks
fish.
that, sir, shut the fuck up and let me finish, okay? Are you
Would a
having a
fish
soy out?
qualify as a hermaphrodite?
You want to know
what
what's
is it, fish or
interesting?
otter?
You
A
want to know
seal,
what's
perhaps?
you want to know what's interesting, sir? 1.7 people in our population are born intersex. Approximately 1 in
1.7%?
60. 1 in
1 in
60.
60?
Yes.
But yet me and you have never met anybody.
However, yeah, probably because they display their preferred gender. Dipshit. Yeah, probably. Holy shit, you're making my point for me. Oh my
What point?
God. Yeah, you would
What
never
point?
know if somebody's trans if you didn't fucking rip up their dress and look at their penis. But that's your thing, bro. You want to see
Right.
the penis and the vagina. You're weird. Oh
No,
my
I just-
God,
we don't
you
wanna-
could have never made my point better for me.
We don't want to, the men
Oh
and
my
women's
God,
sport.
do you realize how cucked
Right.
you are right now? Do
We
you
don't want men
realize?
and women's sports.
Sir,
and we
do you
don't
realize?
want-
Sir, I want to go back and paint to you in painstaking detail why you were so cucked in that position, okay? So what this guy is saying is he thinks it should be based on a biological standard, right? It should be biological.
Men and
Yet
women,
he
male and
admits
female.
he doesn't know if somebody has intersex organs or anything like that because they
doesn't
display
happen.
their
You can't have-
preferred way of presenting.
You can't
And so
point to
he
me one
is
example.
he's admitting right now that he couldn't tell the difference, even though there's actually people amongst them that have been born intersex.
Why would we care?
Isn't that interesting?
If they're not flamboyant,
Isn't
why would
that
we care?
interesting? Well,
If they're
sir,
not flamboyant, then
they
why
could
would we
be,
care?
sir,
We
they
only
could,
care
they
when
could
a
be
man is
presenting as a
following young
female,
child into a
sir,
bathroom.
sir,
We don't
sir,
want
they
the
could
men
be
following
sir,
the woman into
sir,
the bathroom.
sir.
Please don't be flamboyant about it.
Sir,
Why
they
would you
could be
flamboyant?
presented
Keep
as
your
a
wiener in your
female even
pants.
in this
Keep your
situation.
wiener
They
in your
could be
skirt.
presenting
like
as
to
a
keep your
female.
wiener
You're
in
gonna
your
let me
skirt, you
finish
can
my
do that.
point.
Don't
You're gonna let me
follow
finish
the
my
young
point, then
ladies
you
in
can
the
respond,
restroom.
okay?
It's super
Okay,
basic. You're
Chud,
making this out to be a more
Chud,
complicated than it is.
Chud,
It's not complicated.
Chud,
Sir, it's not
calm down.
complicated.
Chud,
It's a
Chud.
male and female.
Chud.
You're talking about hermaphrodites.
But
and
you
never
just
met a Hermes.
admitted that it
You've
wasn't.
never met
You
a
just
Herm.
admitted.
You've
Because
never
you can't
met a
tell.
hermaphrodite.
You can't
and you
tell.
keep referring to something that's like a unicorn. Is a hermaphrodite like a unicorn? Is it like make believe? When have you seen one?
No, sir. It's very
Exactly. Quit talking
common.
about what's
It's
in
very
people's pants.
common.
We don't
And this
care.
very
We do
conversation
not
we're having
care.
right now,
Stop following
this
young
very
women into the
conversation
bathroom,
we're
sir.
having right now proves that
following
you're
the
not
women in the
able to
bathroom.
tell a meaningful distinction between male genitalia and female genitalia.
You
And
couldn't
I think
define
that's
what a
very
woman was.
illustrative. I think
You
that's
don't
very
use
illustrative.
biology to define what a woman is. You refuse
But
to
you're
use
not using
Come here.
biology when you interact every day, or else you would have been able to, quote unquote, meet a hermaphrodite. But you can't tell.
Why would we care if they're not flamboyant about it? Please keep your
Oh,
wiener in
they
your
have
pants,
to be
sir.
flamboyant about it.
Why
All
would
right,
we
so
care
they have to
unless
be
you
a
are?
they
You're
they have
referring
to
to
be a
something that didn't
character
happen.
that is okay to you. Otherwise, it's not okay. So it seems like you're more upset about a person's character and not the transness of somebody.
How do you make $275 million net worth, Nancy Pelosi, on $200,000 salary? How
Oh,
about that?
shifting, pivot,
And you
ladies and
refuse-
gentlemen,
you refuse to
pivoting,
admit that-
pivoting.
We're
This
over the
man
fact.
is
You
a
wanna keep talking
coward.
about
He doesn't
wieners.
want to engage
You
with the
wanna
point because
keep-
he's
you
a
wanna keep talking
coward.
about wieners. I'm shifting. Now we're talking about Nancy Pelosi. You want to talk about no
You
scam?
talk about a pivot.
$275 million
Talk
net
about a
worth.
pivot, ladies and gentlemen.
$275 million net worth.
Yeah,
She makes
Donald Trump has made
$173,000.
$1.2 billion from his cryptocurrency, so it dwarfs that, sir.
So that's what you.
I'll
my
shift
point.
with you.
They're both
Let's do
corrupt.
the
They're
dance.
both
Let's shift
corrupt.
back. All
They're
right.
both
Well, how
corrupt.
do you feel about that?
They're both corrupt. You just admitted it. They're both.
Well, not
that's my
actually,
point.
because Nancy
That-
Pelosi
that's
has a
my
bill.
whole point.
Hold on. You made a claim.
You slob
Now
on
let
the
me
knob
let
of
me
the
smack you
Democrats.
down. Let me
It's
smack you
crazy
down
how
like
much
the
you
little boy you
slob the
are.
knob of the
All right.
Democrats, brother.
All right.
Why
So the
are you
reason
slobbing
Nancy
on the knob?
Nancy
They both
Pelosi is a
suck.
badass.
You can't even admit it. You can't even admit they both suck.
They
You,
don't,
like,
and I'm
slob
about
on
to
the knob
prove
of
you
Nancy
wrong.
Pelosi's
I'm about
husband.
to smack you down. Okay, so
Dude,
take
you
a seat
slob
and
on
get
the
some
knob of
popcorn.
Nancy Pelosi's husband,
Take
brother.
a seat
You love
and
it.
get some popcorn, sir. All right, so the reason Nancy Pelosi is such a badass, actually, is because
Because
yes,
her
she did
husband
take money.
had
She
some
did
great
do
trades.
money
Her
with
husband
the
had some
stock
great
trading.
trades.
However,
Duh,
see, he
stock
doesn't want me
trading,
to let me
correct.
finish because he
So
knows
they're
he's about to
both
get
scamming.
smacked the fuck down.
What, you slobbing on Nancy Pelosi's husband's dick again?
You're
Come
about
on,
to
guys.
get smacked the fuck down, and
We
you're
all know it
afraid.
was off of
He's
stock
afraid. It's like I'm pointing to the crowd, and I'm
Just
about to
like-
do
hey,
my
just like your
finisher.
boy Donald.
All right, I'll
Just
let
like your
him
boy
cry.
Donald Trump.
I'll let him bitch. And here comes the elbow. She supports a bill that would ban insider trading, and Mike Johnson won't bring it to the floor.
So
Whoa!
she's gonna
Ladies
take-
and
she's gonna take
gentlemen, just
advantage.
smacked
So
down
she's gonna
right
take-
in front of
she's
all
gonna
these
take
people.
advantage of
It's
it.
sad.
Yes, they're both corrupt. You proved my point just like that. They both take advantage
No,
of
it's
the
not
situation.
corrupt because she wants to. It's
She
actually
took it.
not corrupt by definition because she is working within the legal framework. What Donald Trump is doing by defrauding millions of Americans with his cryptocurrency is blatantly corrupt. Does he
You
have a
just
bill banning
said it right.
cryptocurrency?
You
Hold on,
just said
hold
she
on.
does
Does
it.
Donald Trump have a bill banning
$270
cryptocurrency?
million
I
net
need
worth.
to know. I need
How
to
long
know.
has she been in
I need
office?
to know. I'm not going to
How
get
long
off of
has
it.
Nancy
I'm not going to
Pelosi
get
been in
off of it.
office?
I'm going to keep asking
30
the
or 40
question.
years? How
I'm
long
going to
has
keep
Nancy
asking
Pelosi
the
been in
question.
office? Donald Trump's been in office 6 years, and you complain everything about everything that's ever happened on.
Sir,
do you have TDS?
please.
Do you have TDS?
Does he have a bill
Donald Trump
against
has been in office 6 years.
cryptocurrency? Does he have a
6
bill against
years Donnie Trump has been
cryptocurrency?
in office.
Does
Nancy
he have a
Pelosi,
bill?
without even looking,
Does
has
he
been in
have
office
a
probably
bill?
30
I'm not going to
years.
get off of this, sir.
Nancy
Does
Pelosi
he have a...
has been representing the state of California for 30 years, and look at the shithole California's in. And now she's filthy rich, $250 million net worth. And we're talking about Donnie. He's been in office 6 years, my dude. Everything's
And he made
Donnie's
even
fault.
more money, 1.2 billion just off of
They're
cryptocurrency.
both corrupt. They're both corrupt. Anybody that's not corrupt going into office
Oh, but it's
is going to
corrupt.
be corrupt
No,
by the
it's
time they
corrupt
leave office.
because he's enriching
Lobbying
himself.
on both sides.
As
You
to
think
where it's
Citizens
not
United
just...
is the
okay.
only lobbying firm out there? Only Citizens United? You're talking about, how about Israel lobbying America?
You know, Citizens
Only
United
Citizens
isn't a
United, and when you
lobbying
talk about
firm.
Citizens United,
This
they-
okay?
they
Hold on,
lobby
sir.
left and right.
I just
You're
want to
gonna
talk.
talk
I just
only
want to
Citizens,
show the
that's all you
people how
have.
dumb you
You're not-
are,
Citizens United
sir.
is the only
While
lobbying
you're
firm
soling out,
there.
I have a
What
question.
about
Can I,
Joe Blow kicking them $100,000 under the table?
sir?
How
While
about
you're
that
soling
lobbying?
out, can I show people something? This
Well, I
man
mean,
thinks
you
Citizen
talk over
United
people
is a
all the
firm
time.
and not a ruling.
That's what I'm saying. You think that's the only firm lobbying people? You think that's the only firm? That's not. There's multiple firms. How about Joe Blow giving somebody $100,000 under the table, or rewarding them a government contract because their brother is the contractor?
Oh, kind of like, yeah, that's horrible. Kind of like how
no
the
shit on both
current
ends, but you
director of
cannot admit it.
DHS. What
You
was his name?
slob Nancy
Oh,
Pelosi,
Tom
husband
Homan.
cock. You
Tom
love the Democrats.
Homan.
It's crazy.
Yeah, kind of
That's
like
the
Tom
only
Homan
thing.
taking money in a kava bag to get contracts when Donald Trump
All
was
bad.
getting into office.
All bad. All bad.
Oh,
No
but it's
shit.
all
all bad.
it's all bad, folks.
All bad.
He's not.
It's
So
all-
do you
any
think
corruption
that's
is
bad,
bad.
right? Tom
Any
Homan
fraud
should
is
step
bad.
down. Should Tom Homan step down?
I think he's doing a good job as far as border, but I think all of them
So he's
can.
doing a good job, but he's one of the most corrupt sons of bitches we've seen. Interesting.
All of them are.
All of
All
them
of
are.
them.
Can you
Dude,
point
are you
to-
kidding me?
besides
America's
insider
the
stock
most
trading,
corrupt
can you
country
point-
on the planet?
Besides
America's
insider
the most
talk.
corrupt country
Okay.
on the planet. It's not even close. Are you kidding me? We're the most corrupt country on the planet, and it ain't even
The
close.
most
You
corrupt
sitting
country
here
on the
slobbing
planet.
on the dicks
We're
of the
more
Democrats is
corrupt,
crazy.
ladies and gentlemen, than Russia. That's funny.
By a long shot. Are you at least
Really?
they're
So did you
transparent
know
about
in
their
Russia,
corruption?
if you
They're
disagree with one of the
transparent about it.
oligarchs, you'll
We
get
hide
pushed out
everything.
of a window?
Hey, did you know an aluminum airplane took down 2 steel buildings and it fell into their own footprint? You trust the government? Are you fucking kidding
Holy
me? You
shit,
trust the
you
government?
are that dude. I love this. This really is the rest of the base for Trump supporters. It's amazing.
It's called common sense, dude. You think 2 aluminum
Common
airplanes that
sense.
get dented by
Did
a
you
bird? They get
Sir,
dented by a bird.
jet fuel can melt steel beams.
No, it can weaken steel beams, but it can't weaken the foundation, my dude.
But what about
Think
a fire?
it.
What about a paper
70
fire?
floors below?
What about a
70
paper
70
fire?
floors.
What a
70
paper
floors below
fire?
the impact
Sir,
zone.
I have a question. What
70
about a
floors
paper
below the
fire?
impact zone into the foundation.
This is
It
fun.
somehow fell in less than 5 seconds into its
This
own
is
footprint.
fun.
And how about Building 7? Did you ever talk? You don't even know
Whoa,
Building 7.
Building 7
didn't even get hit by a
mentioned.
plane. Building 7 didn't even get hit by a plane.
Building
It collapsed.
7 mentioned. Let's go.
Did you know? Did you know any of that? I'm just reaffirming my point that the government fucking
Okay,
blows
so I have a
left and
question.
right.
Does paper fire
You
burn?
slob on the Democrats so bad that you're blinded by all the
Sir,
other corruption, brother.
Sir, does
Are you
paper
bisexual?
fire burn?
You look bisexual. Are you bisexual? You are, aren't you? You're gay. You
Sir,
love
does
it. You love
paper
the
fire-
Democrats.
Sir, I have a question. Does paper fire burn hotter than a normal fire?
Jet fuel doesn't burn hot enough to melt steel 60 floors
But
below.
a paper fire does, right? Like a paper fire is
What
one of the
weighs
hottest
more,
known.
a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks?
What?
What weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks?
What way? Typically, they're both the same, actually.
Because it's
A
a pound,
pound.
exactly.
Yeah.
For you not to understand corruption, aluminum plane gets dented by a bird in air. It'll cause catastrophic damage. But somehow it damaged. Did you know World Trade Centers
So
were full
you
of
think
asbestos?
that? Hold on,
Full
sir.
of asbestos.
Hold on.
The-
Hold on. You think
It
the
would've
world?
cost more
Hold
to
on. You
remediate
think
the
the
asbestos than to
planes?
just
Oh my
demolish
God,
it.
that's so
Have you ever
funny.
seen a
Hold on. I
controlled
gotta tell the
demolition?
people what you believe. So you
Listen,
think when the planes?
both.
I'm sorry. This is too good, bro. Hold on. So he thinks when the plane hit the building, it would have just went kerplunk and just fell off. Are you serious?
Do you think that the
In a
plane just
glass
managed to
building.
destroy the foundation 70 floors below, the concrete and steel foundation?
Hold on, hold on.
700 feet.
You
or
gotta
I'm sorry,
answer that. You gotta answer. So, do you really think it would have just crunkled up when it hit the air, when it hit the World Trade
Do you
Center?
think it would have messed up the foundation 700 feet below impact zone?
Well, it is kind of a big building. I think we can all agree. Once it collapsed, it probably
So how does
would
it
cave
affect the
in.
bottom 700 feet when you're impacted up there? How does it, when you
The
have all
bottom
this concrete and
700
reinforced
feet?
steel?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10
So
foot, 10
there's
foot
this.
per floor.
Yeah, if
times
something
70 is
falls in
700.
on itself, and there's a cave under it, or not necessarily a cave, but there's
It had a
something
metal
under it.
facade.
It will weigh more because of the idea of dispersion amongst. Do you know basic physics, sir?
And then look at all the physicists that were been silenced. That were
Oh,
silenced
they've been
in the NIST
silenced?
report. Look at the NIST report.
Really?
Look at the NIST report. All numerous engineers in physics have been. Why would Sergeant Oreo Palmer jog up the 60 flights of stairs to get up there? And
There we
there's
go.
there's
Oreo Palmer.
footage of him saying,
You
"We
guys
have a
know what
fire,
that
we need
means?
2 hoses. We
Oreo,
need
one of
2
the
hoses."
biggest cookie brands in all of the country. And
Make fun of him. He
Palmer,
was a hero.
Arnold
he was a hero.
Palmer,
Make fun of him.
the
You're
lemonade
calling
and
him- he was a
Oreo,
hero.
the
was a
lemonade and
hero.
Oreo lobbyists were after it the whole
He was
time.
a hero.
Damn
He
it.
was on the 69th floor, and he said that he could put the fires out with 2 hoses. And next thing you know, it fell into its own footprint in under 5 seconds. You trust the government too much, my guy. Hey, and
No,
just,
bro,
they just
you think a
coincidentally
plane
passed
can crunkle on a glass into a glass building? That's so fucking nuts. You're nuts, bro.
They had structural steel on the front of the facade. The whole fucking facade was structural steel. Look into the building.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like 1,000-pound plane crashing into a glass and steel building. That's not gonna do any damage, guys. It's just gonna crunkle.
Well, how about the building 7 that fell into its own footprint in less than 4 seconds?
Bro, shout out
how did it
Building
fall?
7 mentioned.
But that one didn't even get.
That's where me and my associates meet, sir. Building
CIA
7. So
and
we had
FBI
to
both
we
had
had to
offices in
destroy
the
it,
Trade
sir.
Center.
We had to destroy it.
You just trust the government too much, and it's wild that you're gonna just slob on the Democrats so much and not be like,
Bro,
hey, and not
you're
open up
just
your eyes and be like, hey, it's both
Open
sides
up
that
my
suck.
eyes. Ooh, God, I need to get like a little fill in the blank board. You know, bingo.
That's
There we
what's
go.
wrong
I need a
with
bingo
America
board.
nowadays. That's what's wrong with America nowadays. You guys are either so far extreme left or extreme right. Where's the
How
in the
am I
middle?
extreme,
You think we
sir?
care about gays? You don't give a fuck about gays, bro. Go live your life. Go have a good time. But stop
You
pushing
do
it on
care
people.
about
Stop putting it in.
trans. You do care about trans.
Oh, men and women's sports, that's super fucking weird. Where do women's rights go? That's super fucking weird.
So
Super
you
weird.
agree
Think
for
about women's
okay?
rights.
That's interesting. I have a question. I want to test your women's rights advocacy.
go.
So, do you think
Let's
abortion
go.
is okay?
Fuck no. Why should she be able to kill the fucking baby? It's not her body. What the fuck?
You really are
If
a
a-
meme,
if-
bro.
Hey, if
You're a
abortion
man.
is okay,
Are you
then the man
real?
should be able
Are
to
you
abandon the baby.
real? Are you
The
real?
ma-
This has to be
the
a
man-
joke.
The man
This
should
is
be
a
able to abandon the
joke,
baby.
bro.
Right? If the women can select abortion, why can't the man abandon the baby?
Well, I agree. Why shouldn't we pay for maternity and stuff like that? We should.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the U.S. government should provide a program for single mothers. I agree.
Or they should not fucking have sex until they're ready for the baby.
Okay, they're promiscuous. Those damn whores.
Don't you think in a good moral country that would be right? 20 years ago, okay, when I was 20 years old.
I think in
yeah,
a
have an
good moral
abortion.
country, we don't have like losers like you crying about women's rights.
Wait, dude, it's the baby's right to live. What are you talking about? But a murderer.
But I
could
thought
be
you went
charged
by
with double murder.
biology,
Double
sir.
murder. If you kill a fucking
Biologically,
pregnant lady,
it's
double
not
murder.
conscious until like, I don't know, 5
But
months
it's double
in.
murder. But it's double murder. Just like it's a clump of cells. That's always your guys' argument.
Yeah,
Listen, 20
so
years
I thought
ago,
we
when
were
I was
going
a
by
fucking libtard,
biological. I
when-
thought we were going by biological terms, right?
What do you mean? It's two people. Yes, biological terms. What are you trying to?
Okay,
There's no
so
gotcha.
it's not. I think consciousness is an important aspect of being a human being.
What the fuck, dude? Then why is it double murder?
It's not double murder.
If a guy kills a pregnant lady, it's not double murder.
Because she was not willingly, it was going to develop into a human life, but it's not a
It's
human
just,
life at that point.
it's all fucked, my guy. All of it. We're not that far
It's
apart, my guy.
all over. No, we're pretty far apart. Usually I do say that, but you believe like 9/11 was an inside job. That's nuts, bro.
Dude, just think about it. Just fucking think. Dude, I don't give a fuck what you think. And I wouldn't be a conspiracy theorist 2 years ago. I would have been like every other sheep. I was 16 years old when that shit happened. I watched
And
it
then,
happen.
then
Dude,
you know
hold
what
on,
happened?
listen,
Donald Trump
listen.
disappointed you.
Sure, he's a piece of shit. Donald Trump's a douchebag. Let's get real.
But you
They're all
voted
douchebags.
for him.
But imagine,
You voted for him.
But he's better than the alternative. We didn't even get a vote on Kamala Harris. How did she end up in the fucking primary? We didn't even vote. We didn't even vote.
It was
Kamala Harris
expected
just
that
ended
she
up
would
in the
win.
primary.
She was going to
That's
win
a
the
good point. I'm
primaries.
glad you brought that up. I'm glad
If
you brought up
Biden
Kamala
wasn't in
Harris.
the primaries, she was going to win. So,
Dude, how the fuck did we end? Nobody voted for her. She came out of left field. Dude, talk about a
oh
democracy.
Jesus, here we go.
Talk about a democracy. Are you fucking kidding? Dude, that's a fact, brother.
It would have been a
Nobody voted for
democracy
that.
if she was elected, though, sir. You know the RNC
Dude, there was
doesn't
no
do this, and they just
primary,
pick
bro.
their
There was
candidates.
no fucking primary.
The
She
RNC
won,
doesn't
brother.
do this. They just pick their candidates.
You
Why
prove
can't
my
we
point
do
again.
the same?
They're both scumbags.
Why can't we do the
They're
same?
both scumbags. You keep proving the point. That's all I have to say is they're both
Oh,
scumbags.
so you're just an unintelligent both sides. Okay, got you.
What do you mean? I just
Low
rattled
IQ.
off all the facts for you.
Low IQ.
You always refer back to the corruption on the Republican side as soon as I mention anything about the
Low
Democrats.
IQ.
Oh, whatever, guy. You can say whatever you want and insult whatever you want, but all I speak is facts and
So
logic.
does paper here? I'll go back to your favorite conspiracy. Does paper fires burn hotter than typical office fires?
There was only office furniture, and you think that somehow, dude, the jet fuel burned away within a few minutes, and then you somehow
Yeah,
think
but then
office
it
furniture
caught
was
fire.
burned hot enough?
Then
You
the
think
paper
office
caught
furniture
fire.
burned hot enough
Then
to
the
collapse
paper
the
caught
building
fire.
into its
Then
own
the-
footprint in less than 6 seconds? Why did the
that
building
makes
not
sense,
tilt?
sir. That makes sense.
How did it not tilt either way? You're saying an office
How did
furniture
it not
fire
tilt?
melted
Because
the
it fell
steel?
into itself.
Controlled demolition style. No steel building has ever fucking collapsed
Oh, okay.
in the
It was a
history of
controlled
steel buildings ever.
demolition.
No steel building in the history of steel buildings has collapsed due to fire. Numerous fucking examples of this. One in Spain and one in Los Angeles. Look it up, motherfucker. Multiple skyscrapers, steel structures. They burned for hours. One burned for 24 fucking hours, bro. A fucking bird fucking damages a plane. That's all I should have to fucking say. A fucking bird damages an aluminum plane. Yeah, it made a fucking hole
No,
in the
it
side of the building.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
A fucking plane going at 600,
Yeah, that's if
800
it
miles
gets
an hour
in the
into a plane.
engine. That's
Sure,
if it
sure,
gets in the
sure.
engine, sir.
Sure, it plowed into the fucking building and put a hole there. But you're saying 700 feet down in the reinforced concrete and steel, it somehow
Yeah, it's
managed
very
to
heavy.
fucking implode on itself. It imploded
Yeah,
on itself. Hey,
do
in
you
the
realize
age of the
there was
internet, no
there was
internet back then. You
there
think
was an
anybody
arm.
could use any kind of
Sir.
information? Nobody can get
Sir,
online.
you
and
realize
look at
there
the
was an
information.
arm,
The
like
news
a
broadcast whatever they wanted. Back in
stabilizing
2001,
device, right?
Before you were born, the news broadcast whatever they wanted to broadcast. You couldn't look it up on the
He's
internet.
on
You
a
couldn't look it
real
up
he's on a
yourself.
real tangent. Don't
You
forget
weren't
to
even
like and
born yet,
subscribe,
dude.
guys.
You don't even remember what it was. There was no internet to look it up, and now that there's this internet, we can look into it and be like, "What the fuck?" Just look at the NIST report. NIST.
Were the Israelis dancing during it by any chance? Well, I just want to know, how do you feel about the Jews? I just think you have interesting. I want to know your
How do I
opinions
feel
on the
about
Jews.
the Jews?
Yeah, how does Israel fit
Really?
into all this? Because we know it does.
When did they become a state? When did Israel become a state? When did they become a state?
When did they become a state?
I believe late 40s, 48.
I believe.
No, 1948, I believe.
No,
So
it
it
was
was after World
actually
War II
there.
and all
There
that.
was an Israeli state
We had
before
to-
that, sir.
No, they weren't. Look it up. 1948. So we
Well,
had to
it
give
wasn't
them their
like-
place,
it
right?
was much
and they
more-
took the land. Where did they take the land from?
Oh.
Where did Israel take the land? We gave them land. We gave them their own space. Israel. Where did we take the land from? Right? Whose land did we take and gave to Israel and then claimed it as Israel? What land? Right? And now, right?
The
Just
Ottoman
fucking think
Empire.
about it. Who gives a fuck?
The Ottoman
What?
Empire.
The Ottoman Empire gave Israel its land and took it from who?
Well, they didn't really take it. It was more like there was mass migrations to those parts of Israel. or
No, the
what we
Jews
now
were
know as
persecuted, right? In World
Judeo.
War II.
Oh,
Hitler
what we
burned all
now
the Jews,
know
right?
about is
And so we
as
needed to put
Israel,
them
but
in the
there was
state
a
zone.
large conglomeration of people that would become Israeli before
Right.
World War II.
Who took, what land was taken to give to Israel? What was that land before? Was it Palestine?
I believe it was called Mandated Israel Palestine, something like that.
It was never called Israel before 1948. It wasn't a thing. So we
I actually
created it,
don't think
right?
that's true, but
Look it up after the conversation. It might be off a year or two, but it was after World War II. It was after the war. Because obviously Hitler persecuted all the Jews, whatever number you want to say
yeah.
that was
So
cremated.
you want, when was Israel founded?
It'll tell you. Google will tell you.
There we
So
go.
that's weird
Google will
enough.
say it, guys.
So look,
Let's see.
it's weird enough. Google, you got to be
Let's
careful what you Google too, right? Who's Google owned by, right? They're only going to
This
tell you what
was
they want to
when
tell you.
David Ben Gurion established the state in Tel Aviv. It was 1948. Good job. But you realize there was also like Jewish
What land was
migration
it
there
before?
for a while.
Of
right?
course there was. What land was it called before we gave Israel its land? So we started a war, a world war on behalf of Israel because for some reason they were kicked out of so many countries and they were being persecuted and they were being cremated.
God, I
yada,
knew
yada,
you
yada,
would
right?
have interesting theories about the Jews.
What do you mean? That's the fact of what happened. That's what happened. That was
Why-
the war. That's what happened. They were
So that makes
That's what happened.
So what are you talking about happening? Say what happened. They established
What
a
I'm
state
saying
in
is I think
1948.
that they have a lot of influence in our country, and I don't think we should be influenced by foreign dollars at all.
Yeah, so that's why
America.
I say we should repeal Citizens United, sir.
That's only one firm of lobbying. There's so much other lobbying being
Citizens
done.
United is a ruling by the Supreme Court.
Dude, you think they're not lobbying outside this little part of the ruling? Are you kidding me? There's private
Holy
fucking
shit.
lobbying happening all
Well,
the
I
time.
guess we just shouldn't make laws at all, guys.
Just because there's this United Citizens United is going to
You
just
know,
stop
sir,
all
you
lobbying.
should probably
Make a
look
clear-cut
into
bill
what
that
the
says stop
ruling
lobbying
says before you
across the world.
claim to know
Stop
everything
all
about
lobbying.
it. Sure, you
I
should
don't know shit
probably
about
look
shit.
what the ruling says. It allows for major political pacts to be formed, like
From
the
corporations.
dreaded
From
APAC.
corporations. From corporations. So you
No,
just,
it's
because
not just from
it says- yes, it
corporations.
says
It could
right
be
there in the
any
fucking fine
political
print.
action group.
It said they want to keep it out of corporations because they have so much money and resources. That's all it
What?
says. It doesn't say anything about independence. It doesn't say anything about the little guy. So let's just do a ban
What
across
are
the
you,
board.
sir? You're on another schizo rant.
All lobbying banned. Wouldn't you agree? Why is there
Yeah.
lobbying
So
dollars
do
on the
you
left
just?
and the right?
So obviously that takes laws, though, and that takes like regulations, and I don't know if you can wait that long. You seem like you're about to burst right now.
You're just a high energy guy. Appreciate you taking the call. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but
Sometimes,
that
you know,
takes
people can be
laws
fired up.
and regulations, man. It's not gonna
Sure, it
all
takes
be
time.
solved overnight.
Sure, I agree. But I just
That's
say
why you
that
should
there's
vote
no
for
thought-
Democrats, because the Democrats support those laws. Republicans don't.
I think there's a lot of corruption on both sides, and they don't really work for us as much as you think they do.
So
Right?
if you look at the amount of money taken from Democrats and from Republicans, it is a vast, and I mean vast, difference between the Republicans and Democrats. Democrats don't take nearly as many donations as
But, okay,
Republicans.
so then they want to lean towards socialism, right? What name me one
No,
country
not at
that thrives
all,
on
sir. What is socialism to you?
Socialism to me is basically, for taking from not necessarily the rich and giving to the poor, but being all equal for everybody. Like I could
Yeah,
be wrong
so
there, but it's like
I don't think so. What I think a lot of people think socialism is kind of like what you said, but also like just when the government does things. Listen, man, the government doesn't have to be socialist for it to work for you. A lot of people feel disenfranchised by the government because they don't have representatives that actually represent them. The Democrats
Right.
want to fix that, man.
yeah. Well, if that's the case, then I'd be for that. There's a lot that I'm against, but right, that's why I'm more middle of the road than extreme left right. I really think I am. Right, I got some crazy fucking conspiracy theories or whatever, but I'm a mid. I have a family, blue collar guy, middle of the road. I don't care about gays. My sister's lesbian. She's got a lovely fucking family in Long Beach. Lovely, love it. She's living the dream. But there's an extreme left and extreme right. There's most of us in America are riding right down the middle. I get what you're doing. You're a political commentator. It's fucking cool that you took the call. I appreciate it. I'm not a debater. I just somewhat educated, and I'm not super high IQ dude, but just a regular fucking guy.
You're fine,
And
dude. Don't worry.
there's
We were
there's
angry at each
corruption.
other, but no, listen, I understand being upset about corruption, fraud, stuff like that, but we have institutions that are able to address this, like the IRS, for example. For every dollar you put into the IRS, you get $3 back in found fraud and corruption. And Donald Trump is defunding the IRS, and he's something else to be concerned about is when the federal executive is using his DOJ to go after people instead of relying upon the institutions that are there. I don't deny that there's fraud and corruption, but I don't think it's nearly as systemic as people think it is, and I think it can be found by the agencies we've created and has lasted for time in memoriam.
I agree that those agencies should be doing that correctly, and if it did, I think that when people get in power, even with the maybe not going into office thinking, hey, they're going to do good, I think a lot of people get swayed eventually, right? And it's just whether it's left or a right thing. Money is a cruel, crazy thing, and it could be swayed in either direction. Listen, at 20 years old, I was a Democrat. I wasn't Republican. I don't claim either one. I didn't vote for Donald Trump the second time. I voted for him the first time. Call me naive or whatever. Maybe I didn't put
No,
my
you're
foot in.
fine. No, you're
But
fine,
I
man.
didn't
Don't
vote
worry.
the second time at all. I was like, fuck that. I don't really.
There
It
are a
is what
lot
it
of
is, right? I'm
Americans
happy
that
that he
felt,
won.
yeah, there's a lot of Americans that felt exactly like you, sir. They didn't want to vote. But I think that was much more because uh, you probably don't feel as represented by the government as you should. And
Like
this
you
is a
said, if it
government
changed,
by the
yeah,
people and for the people. So
yeah.
that's why I only support Democrats, at least in my primaries, that support things like uncapping the House, making the Supreme Court much more fair instead of just completely one-sided,
Is
getting
there
rid of the
anything that
filibuster.
is there anything the Democrats do that you don't agree with?
So I've noticed that there is a little fear right now of the new DSA candidates. That's not like every Democratic individual, but I think we've always had a big tent party. And so we're going to have people like John Fetterman, but we're also going to have people like AOC. And I think that's great for our party. So I wouldn't be that is something I have a little gripe about. Some Democrats are a little hesitant to accept them, but they've got elected fair and square. I also didn't like how Biden pardoned Hunter. I understand why he did, but it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he pardoned also like the whole committee that was against that
Well, what
created
happened?
the against the Jan 6, right?
Well,
Was that a
and
thing I
I
just
kind
read
of
about?
see
That's
why.
crazy.
Well, I see why that happened because look at the people Biden didn't pardon. James
So it was
Comey.
kind of lawfare on both sides, right? Biden
Well,
before, Trump now.
I
Look at
I
it.
think that Trump did break laws
Which, which laws? What do you mean? Referring to when?
about an
Because there's
insurrection. I think he was trying to institute an insurrection.
yeah. I mean, I don't.
They were
Yeah.
building gallows out there. If
Do
you're
you think there
there
was?
and they're building the gallows, I'm leaving. I'm gone. Who's
Do
building gallows? Oh, you want Mike Pence? Yeah, I'm gone, man.
do you think there were people set up in the crowd that were potentially set up to rile these January 6th up and potentially, not enable them because obviously people have to do what they do, the decisions. But do you think there was anything like that going on in there that
So
potentially led them inside the doors?
as far as that, right? The FBI, CIA was all controlled by Donald Trump. So there's no way around that. What I do think though was that there were agitators shipped in there by the
Oh,
right,
okay, sure,
by the Proud
sure.
Boys, by all of them that did want to see a overthrow of our democracy. Um, Unfortunately, that's why I think those people are really really gross, and I don't support them
It's
at
weird.
all.
I've just seen a lot change over, 20 something years. I don't know how old you are, sorry for insulting you earlier. 25 years ago, it doesn't seem as hateful and crazy as it is nowadays. We had Clinton, right, and then we had Bush, and you could turn on the news and it wasn't so left and right. It really wasn't. I'm telling you, I don't know how old you are,
Well,
but dude, it
yeah, no,
wasn't.
I know that's what I try to advocate for, is that I believe that a Republican Party that's much more sane and is willing to be bipartisan is preferable. As a matter of fact, I'd like it because I think the best laws are written in a bipartisan way. The issue is, and the reason we don't see that right now is truly because Donald Trump is the president, and he makes tweet after tweet about how Democrats deserve to die. He makes tweet after tweet about how,
I don't know if he
Democrats are
said that. He made some
scumbags.
stupid tweets, but I don't think he like went out of the
Oh
way
no,
to
he
say.
did. So, do you remember like when Mark Kelly, Alyssa Slotkin, all members of
Oh,
our
they said
armed
some
services
outlandish shit,
community,
or
they didn't say
inferred some out.
you can deny illegal orders. That's all they said. And that is
So
in
they
our
might have
code of
inferred.
conduct.
They might have inferred, and it pissed off Trump. He said some wild shit on the tweet, bro. Let's be real. Come on, we're not gonna fucking defend Donald Trump's tweets. They're fucking entertaining, but they're not. This guy fucking closes Iran's
Well,
war every
but
fucking
he's
3
the
days.
president. You know what I mean? The president needs to be
He's a
held to
loose
a high
cannon.
standard, and he shouldn't just be tweeting and damn near governing law from his armchair.
Hey, better than Kamala.
Why do you think that? Kamala was a
The biggest thing. The biggest
AG.
thing is that
She was
the
a
biggest thing.
she was a pro
I think she,
police.
pardon my French, but I think she fucked her way to the top. The biggest thing was
Why
what
do you
she
think
did, what
that?
she would, because she was fucking Montel Jordan, the talk show host back in the 90s. And then she was fucking,
Okay.
the next thing, she was fucking a black governor somewhere just to get power. Listen, you could argue this, I'm trying to get to the next point, which is, I already forgot about it, 'cause I have ADHD. Oh, who fucking, fuck, I lost it. I got to be on my game because you'll come in and overtalk me. You're like me, you're an overtalker too.
Listen, man, I think Kamala was a great candidate. I know she wasn't able to be
Oh,
introduced to the people
it was
very
the
early.
immigration. She wouldn't have closed the border as fast as they did. And every American and that's in America can agree to that. They let how many 8 million unvetted? That's crazy.
No,
Dude,
it
who
was
opened the
about
border
3
like that? That's
million.
crazy.
It was about 3
Hold on,
million people.
If you were to do it differently, looking back, be real, were you going to just let Biden open the border with 3 million? I get immigration.
Well,
Ellis
what
Island,
was our
country.
unemployment number? Because that's a sign of whether or not we need
So
undocumented
because
citizens.
the unemployment number, whatever that is, you still want, thousands of illegal immigrants unvetted into our country as an American, and then they're willing to fly their flag over ours, right? Aren't we supposed to be proud Americans? I don't want them
So
flying their
I think the
Mexican flag over
American
our
flag
American flag.
is the most beautiful flag in the world, but some people have different nationalities and different heritages, and that's why America's so great, is because you can come from anywhere and celebrate
You
here.
wouldn't go to Spain and start trying to change shit. You would assimilate to their culture, just like they should assimilate to America, which is obviously the greatest country on earth because people keep fleeing here by
I
the
don't
thousands.
agree, man. I think a lot of people, they fight quote unquote assimilation because they feel like they're betraying their roots, but after the second generation, that's all gone, and they are American loving, and they love this place.
There's a lot of young Hispanics out there in Los Angeles flying that flag in those riots, and
Oh
they're
well,
being
man.
asked. They're
Oh
being,
well,
I- I'm
that's
not-
their
you
First
could do it.
Amendment right. That's their
But
First
they're
Amendment
they're
right.
being asked. They're being asked which one, if you had to fight in a war, which are you gonna back, right? And they all say it's not a big deal. It's just unvetted. If anything, you asked me. Sorry, we're all over the fucking place. You asked me what's one thing I wouldn't have liked Kamala, and literally I would have voted for anybody but her because that's the direction it probably would have went. We don't know if she would have closed the border. We have no idea what would have happened. But I know when Donald Trump got in there,
Well,
he
Donald
got
Trump
this
hasn't
aggressive.
even closed the border. Yeah, he hasn't closed the border. We still
Well,
have
not as much as
10,000
he said he
counters a
did.
month, which
Yeah,
under the
not as-
Langford bill, which was introduced by Joe Biden, that we would still be having a crisis at the southern border because it's 10,000 encounters a month.
We're not going to pretend that somehow Trump is letting in less or more people than Biden. Let's just
He's
stop
not
that.
letting
The
in more
percentage is low.
people, but he didn't do any systematic change to change how we look at immigration. I supported the
Well,
Langford
because
bill,
the
which made
policy
it
doesn't
harder
need
to
change.
claim
The
amnesty.
policy's there. The policy's there. You got to uphold. You got to
No,
uphold
it's
the rules and the
not.
law.
Obviously,
Yes,
it's
it is.
not.
Don't come to our
If we have
country illegally.
10,000 encounters, we're still having a problem, sir.
We don't. You got to go through the process. There says you can't come into our country
Yeah,
illegally.
under
That's what it says.
10,000 under Trump. So we need to
Try going into
expand the way.
Canada.
How do you what are the 3 ways to become American?
You got to apply for it. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm American, so I wouldn't have to go through this process.
Yeah,
Will
so
you
you
apply
should
for it?
probably learn about the system they
So
have
hold
to
on, you
go
apply
through
for it. Let me
before
just guess. You
criticizing
apply.
it.
You
No, you
come
don't
into our nation. You
apply.
claim
You don't
asylum.
apply
You
for it.
apply
There's
for a
3
visa. You
ways.
come in and claim
There's
asylum.
3
And you
ways,
beg.
sir. Let
You
me name
beg.
those
You
3
beg.
ways.
You beg. You beg. All you do is beg to get in our country. You
Let me
beg to get
name
in our
those 3
country.
ways,
How
sir.
about we turn them away? Get them the fuck out of here.
Let me
We're
name those
fucking
3
full.
ways you can become an American, all right? You can either marry, you can come here on an H-1B, H-1B,
Apply. You said you don't apply, so you finally
or
H-1B. You got to apply.
you can claim amnesty. Those are the only 3 ways. Don't you think
Amnesty
there should
is
be
coming
more?
across, yelling,
Don't
and
you think
claiming
there
that
should be
you're
more? Don't you think there should be more?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because our country doesn't need any more culture. Why do we
No,
need more
we
culture?
need
We
more
have enough.
people, though. We do need more people.
Yeah, the people that are here need to continue fucking down and having kids.
Well, they're not. So I think it's better to have a lot of people than no people. So I'm okay with people immigrating here.
Like unvetted?
Did I say that?
That's what I'm asking.
Obviously not.
Okay, well then there we
But
go.
that's not what
came to
Biden
some
did.
kind of a
That's not
compromise.
what Biden did.
What do you mean? We're not going to pretend what Biden did was like crazy, dude. The Rio Grande fucking river was full of migrants, bro. Texas was like fucking
Did
capturing
you go
people across
down?
the- Stop
Did you
it.
see him
Stop
yourself?
it. Dog, you're not going to, are you serious?
Or
People with
was it
common
just
sense
a
and
bunch of
fucking
Fox
sense.
News? Was it just a bunch of
I
Fox
live in
News?
Arizona. I live in Arizona, south near
You
the
know who you're
southern border. Come on.
represented by? An amazing senator known as Mark Kelly.
The guy that inferred don't listen to the military on orders?
He said
That guy?
you don't have to follow illegal orders.
But what makes it illegal? Isn't it the country that says that? There's
Yeah,
like a
so
court
what would
martial,
make it
there's a whole
illegal
process of
is like
agreeing.
if you were
When you
ordered
agree
to
to
gun
get into
down
the military,
American citizens. That
when
would be
you
an
agree
illegal
to join the
order.
military, that's your point. You agreed to the military.
Whoa, you
That's
sign up
based on
to
our
gun
country.
down citizens? I had no idea. That's insane.
Did somebody say gun down citizens? Did that ever happen?
Yeah, so like why
Did
don't
anybody
you
gun down
actually
any
engage with
citizens?
my points instead of just being like you know?
Well, where did the gunning down of the citizens happen? I didn't see any of that happen.
Yeah,
Where
so
did that
that's
happen?
they were saying don't follow illegal orders, and that would be an example of an illegal order. So
Mark
you're saying
Kelly at
senators
CBS
shouldn't tell
immediately.
people not to do? You're saying senators shouldn't reinforce that? I think that's important.
I think it's important to represent your constituents and the people that are there instead of saying buzzwords, Trump this, Trump that, and why are
Well, they
going
didn't
and
say
nitpicking
Trump
back and forth?
this,
It's a
Trump
perfect
that.
example. It's a perfect
They said it's
example of going
illegal.
back and forth and
It's that
disrupting.
they said you don't have to follow illegal orders. They didn't mention Trump.
He's the president and the commander in chief of our whole entire. Come on, that infers.
Oh,
The
okay.
infers. I don't the amount of infers. I don't know the plural of infer. Right? It's crazy. That's crazy. It's just like what the guy do. He put 48 or the Comey on the beach. 48. It's crazy. The stuff that they're doing just
48?
to rile up Trump.
It was
What did he do?
48.
Ban 48 or 80? 86,
I thought
48 in the
you.
sand?
I mean, you're so passionate about this. I thought you'd know. It's 86-47, man. The devil.
Yeah,
That's the
okay, close
devil's
enough.
number, sir.
Hey, you
How
knew
could you
exactly
forget?
what I was getting at. That's
How
the
could
beauty
you
of it. knew what I
forget
was
the
getting at.
devil's number?
So Comey did that, took a picture, said it was in the sand, and it's just to rile the guy up. It's on both sides.
Who
That's all I'm
cares
getting at.
though?
Both
Why
sides.
would you? Should you arrest somebody for that?
But you just were mentioning his Trump tweets. Who cares is right?
Yeah.
Who
So
gets free
one
speech?
is just a picture of seashells, and the other is these people deserve to be hung. I think there's a bit of a difference
86.
there.
47 was just a coincidental set of seashells.
Remove
That's
Donald
hilarious.
Trump. I could agree. Remove Donald Trump.
I can agree. Just we got to get him out, right? But just can we get foreign lobbying out? Can we keep immigration down? Can we do these things?
Yeah, if
that
you vote for
sometimes the
Democrats, we will get that. Foreign immigration,
Mm-hmm.
well, we kind of need that to stay a country and not end up like China. So I'm
Just
okay
not
with
unvetted.
foreign
Just not
immigration,
unvetted.
man.
Just
Get
not
more foreign
unvetted.
immigration going. Let's open up the ways to
not-
become an American.
Just not unvetted, right? Keep the immigration. Just we're going to vet them better, right? get a faster process. Maybe since there's only 3 ways, you get 5, and then we vet them,
Yeah.
right? So there you go, compromise right there, buddy. I
There we
appreciate
go.
you
Why
taking the
don't
call.
Republicans vote for that, though? Why do they never vote for that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I think it's a game, and when they're doing it back and forth, you can go back and forth. What kind of act's going right now? What act are they trying to pass right now?
The SAVE Act?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, so I'm naive as fuck to it. But it's just like they go back and forth. It's probably I have no idea, right? I can't get into it. So, but let me give your viewers some time to get another caller in there. I gotta go. I spent too much time on the phone. I appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
you too, man. Bye-bye. See, and folks, that's just to show that we have all types of callers, folks. All types of callers. At the end of the day, they all fold like a goddamn stack of cards. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to send a super chat and /or buy a membership. If we fill up this amazing little light right here, we will get to vote on the Rightoid of the day. At some point, this will also represent going on TikTok panels. So get excited for that.
Call from.
It's Kyle, baby, 9 fingers.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing, man. I'm doing. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. So did you disagree with anything I've said so far on the live or with the prompt?
Oh, nah, brother. I just got in, man.
Oh.
I just saw my opportunity and swooped, you know. So.
Oh yeah.
But
well,
yeah, I go ahead.
Oh no, go on. I mean, typically I do like to have like friendly calls during the morning stream, but you know, if you wanted to ask a question or anything like that,
you know, if you want me to be, I can do that for you. I hate liberals.
Okay. Well, I'm a liberal.
Well, you know, I dislike.
What's wrong with the liberal ideology?
Oh man, so much, brother, so much. The fact that you guys are like straight violent a lot, you know, like a lot of violence. I mean, I understand being upset. Like I understand, you know, because I get upset too. But the levels, you know, there's levels to that shit.
I think the Republicans are typically more violent than the left. It's just recently we've seen a rise in left violence. But you guys or the right, I should say, have always been violent, going back to like abortion bombings.
Yeah, I guess when people feel strongly about something, you get some weirdos or some really extremists doing extreme things, and it's not okay on either side.
I agree.
So, I mean, the violence is not how you solve problems. I mean, not when you're talking politics, in my opinion. So.
No, for sure.
I mean, would you say that killing Trump would have been a good thing? You know.
No.
Right. I respect
Probably
that.
not.
I respect that. So, so how do you feel about the people who kind of, you know, like on these protests and stuff like that, like the people that are screaming their heads off and saying slurs like Nazi and all that kind of stuff?
Nazi's not a slur.
You know, well.
I mean, I think if the glove fits, but you know, I think they're upset, and I think.
You think that's a good way of handling your emotions?
I mean, I just think you can. If somebody is acting like a Nazi, it's fine to call them a Nazi.
Yeah, but that's a very broad, you know, like. I don't really think that's okay. I mean, even if somebody's acting like that, you should call them like a fascist or something. Like Nazi's kind of over. First of all, it's overused. I mean,
well,
how many
he did say that Hitler had some good ideas.
I mean, he did. I mean, he did. I mean,
that's kind of like Nazi-esque. Like, why would you think that?
Because not every person and not every leader. Every person is a dichotomy. You understand? Like, just because somebody does something that's wrong doesn't mean everything they've done in their whole life is wrong.
Well,
Do you
I
not
feel
agree?
like if you like look at Hitler as like a good leader, he
Oh,
made the trains
no
run
one
on
ever said
time.
that.
Well, that's
No one
what
ever said
Donald Trump
that.
is saying. He did some good
Oh,
things.
oh,
That
I
means
mean,
at some point, I mean, to some extent, he
mm,
was an efficient leader.
and he was. And he was. I mean, he definitely was. I mean, you can sit there and try to,
He invaded
you know,
Russia when he was
yeah, that was retarded.
not even done with his European
That was
campaign.
stupid.
It was
I
a
mean, no
bad
one's
idea.
calling him a genius. You know, no one's calling him a genius. But he took advantage of a country that was, you know, very wounded and in need of.
And then he fucked it up even more.
Oh, I do not disagree with that. I mean, he did some horrible things. I mean, things that are unforgivable, and he is a bad person, and he's an evil person. But at the same time, you know, you can't. I mean, you could, but it seems unwise and unlogical to say that the man is that he never did a good thing. You know,
No,
'cause
he
that's
never
just not
did a
true.
good thing. What was one
That's
good
just
thing
not
that he
true.
did?
That's not true, man. I
What
mean,
good did Hitler do? I'd love to know.
Well,
He literally told
left a
his soldiers
legacy
to
as far
fucking
as.
never get caught and to take cyanide capsules. That's insane.
Mhm. Well, I mean, that's pretty much par for the course as far as any sort of spy or enemy combatant.
Not even just a spy,
So,
just regular soldiers, man.
yeah, well, that's not a smart thing. You know, that's not smart.
No.
But I mean, come on, you to sit there. That's very unintelligent to sit there and say that somebody, just because you dislike them or just because they're a monster or whatever, to say that they've never done a good thing is crazy, dude.
Well, he
That's just
hasn't. You
not.
haven't even been able to
That's
point to a good
not.
thing Hitler did.
Okay, well, here's one thing. They made the Nazi symbol and all that kind of stuff illegal in Germany. You know, and that's a good thing, isn't it? I mean, he hated so hardcore on a certain people, and his belief system and what he led Germany towards was so bad that they did a complete 180. And you know, and I don't think any German now, well, not any German, but you know, most Germans nowadays are you know, properly humbled and properly disgusted by what their own leader did. So, I mean,
Yeah, I
there
don't
you
know
go.
if that's a great defense.
Well, it's
He did a
something.
good thing. This is yeah,
I
I
mean,
can
even
make this
evil
case
has
with
even
I can
evil.
make this case with Trump, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, that's just the facts of life, my brother. I mean, sometimes from evil comes good. You know, sometimes that's the case. You can't just box something into one category or another. I mean, life is basically a spectrum, just like females, apparently. You know, so
It's a series of tubes.
you know, yeah. So it's just you know, it's not black and white. In other words, you know, you can't just pick one thing and then say, oh, well, this is how it is. This is blah 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 blah, and then expect people to, you know, believe that 100% because it's not 100%. You know, there's nuances to things.
Layers like an onion.
Yeah, exactly. Layers. And you know, and sometimes you get sometimes it's rotten, but you know, not the whole thing is inedible. So, I mean, but a lot of times it's the best thing to throw it out. You know, so, but that doesn't mean that good spot wasn't in there. So,
I've heard that. Wise words. Wise words. Anyways, I'll probably move on here, brother, but thank you for the call.
Well, we could talk about anything you want. I mean, I
Well, I
appreciate
think those
you
are some
being.
beautiful words right there.
Oh,
So
well,
I think it's best if
thank
we,
you so much.
of course, of course. Well, I hope you have a great day, sir.
Oh, you too, my man. You too. I mean, Nazis are bad. Everybody out there, Nazis are bad. They're fucking scumbags, and they got what they
There we
deserve.
go.
Peace.
There we go. Peace.
Later.
Later. That was an interesting one, eh, guys? That one was interesting. Yeah, I think the Edge guy was pretty bad, guys. I'm just gonna be frank like the hot dogs. I don't think he had a redeeming quality. I'll be completely honest, guys. I don't think he had a redeeming quality. I think he was just racist, unfortunately. Or it was just evil. He was in love with methamphetamine. That he was. Schindler was very much a fan of amphetamines. That's why he had to wear a diaper consistently. Almost like somebody we know. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Almost like somebody we know. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. We are looking for those that still somehow agree with the administration. Real quick, I'm going to go get something to drink. I will be right back. And if you call me, I'll call you back, okay? Don't you worry. I just have to get a drink real quick. Be right back, gamers. Whoa. What up, gamers? What's up? How are we doing? I also had to get some food. Ate a little Pop-Tart. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. Well, speak of the devil, eh?
Call from.
Jake.
To accept, press.
Hey, Jake, how are you doing today?
No, I'm alright, dude.
That's good to hear. So, did you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far, or with the prompt?
I was just scrolling by on YouTube and I seen it and I was like, dude, I want to talk. So what's up?
So,
But yeah, no, I'm generally in the boat that no, Democrats are not going to save America. It's gonna be a back and forth just like it always has been, and it's gonna be so basically what they're gonna do is they're gonna screw us.
oh,
They're gonna make it look like, oh, this side is the savior, this side is the devil. It's not gonna be the Republicans.
Both
It's not gonna be the
sides.
Democrats.
It's both sides.
Neither one is gonna. It's a targeted bullshit.
So is it all just a lie? Is politics just a grand
Absolutely.
charade while the deep state owns us?
Yeah, man. Tell me how it isn't. Tell me how you can
Yeah,
have
so
faith in any of this.
who's part of this deep state?
I don't know.
Who are the owners of it?
Probably the guys doing Hollywood. Probably the guys running churches.
Running what?
Running churches. Masonic lodges. All that crap, man.
Oh, it's the Freemasons.
I
Interesting.
can't say it's the Freemasons,
It's the
but I mean, there
Freemasons.
have all been some
So, like, yeah, what
extra
you're saying is just a lie, sir, and just not true. So I could point to democratic policy after democratic policy, but I don't know if it's going to convince you because you're kind of ruling with your just how you feel things are instead of actually
So
looking
how
at
can you
our
say that they're
governmental
good?
procedures on how things get done.
How can you say that Democrats are going to do any better than
Yeah, because I
Republicans?
look at their policies. I think a lot of Americans are hurting in terms of healthcare right now, and the Democrats support a public option. We also support uncapping the House, making it more representative. We also support adding 4 more justices to the Supreme Court so things get done quicker. We are for a more efficient and better government.
Okay. Are you for? Oh, okay. At the bottom of the line, where do you stand on the Constitution?
I love it.
You love it. So, at
It's
the
the
end of
best.
the day,
It's a living and breathing document that the people are allowed to add amendments to and add and subtract. It's one of the best pieces of
well, no,
history in the world.
we've never actually taken anything out of the Constitution. We've added to it to say, hey, we can't do this anymore. But the prohibition of alcohol is still in the Constitution, and then they had to add another amendment to the Constitution.
So, yeah.
So it's never been nothing has ever been taken out of the Constitution.
Well, it's been subtracted from once in 1933. Repealed so we did repeal prohibition. So we did subtract from that. But anyways, that's who cares? Like, yes, I love the Constitution. What, you had a
All right.
question there, I think.
I forgot it.
Oh. That's not good. You know, the Freemasons have a ritual where you act like you're sucking the dick of the initiator. It's really weird.
No, that sounds about right. I mean, for those devil worshippers.
Is it illegal to worship the devil?
I mean, no.
Well, there we go. They can be whatever you want.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, who are you going to want to? Are you really going to want to put your allegiance?
Dude, I'd rather have a devil worshiper in office than a Christian right now. Christians, the Christian nationalists are nuts right now, man.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about like with the whole we got to be whole fealty to Israel bullcrap, right?
No, I was just talking about the Christian nationalist movement in our country, but we can talk about Israel if you want.
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to go on then because if you don't really have an argument for anything, then, like, what's the point?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day, man.
All right. I love you.
All right. Love you too, man. Sleep well. What the hell? What the hell? Listen, guys, sometimes you gotta tell them. Sometimes you gotta tell them what their mother never told them. Sometimes you have to.
Call from. To To accept, press 1. To send a
Silence.
voicemail, press
Hey, how are you doing today? Dude, I saw that coming. I muted him. He just said a bunch of slurs. Damn, imagine getting smacked by just. I knew it. I knew that was coming. I knew it. Dude, that was a good catch by me. I'm just going to say it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides shouldn't be in charge of anything. Well, I disagree. I think the Democrats are by far and away better for the country. By the way, if you guys support what I do here, consider sending a donation or buying a membership. Both are great ways to support what I do here and make things. And every dollar you contribute does go towards the show. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a studio right now. So, anyways. Unfortunately, MAGA has soyed out about my broadcast many times, and I believe they've unfortunately shadow banned me because I hurt their feelings. So if you disagree with that shadow ban, like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. And you think it's great. What are you talking about, Ziggy Stardust? What's my view on Israel? It's a country.
call from.
Tim.
To accept, press
Hey Tim, how are you doing today?
Sides of the Democrats because I think that they are the more humane of the Republicans, but also, like I don't find them more as sellouts. But this brings me to the point, which is you said Democrats will fix it, and I'll say like a majority will, but we still have a problem with a lot of the of the Supreme Court are pretty much sellouts. Like,
Yeah,
especially
so
with
that's why
Republicans.
Oh, okay. So if you have an issue with the Supreme Court, I've got some great news. A lot of Democrats support this idea of adding 4 more justices to the Supreme Court to truly
Yeah.
balance it out. So yeah,
and I support that.
I
And,
support
and,
that.
and like honestly, I feel like that would even out, especially because like if they're like what 40, only 46 Democrats and 54 Republicans.
Well, just in terms of the Supreme Court, I think that it would definitely bring more just rulings than what we're getting right now.
Yeah. Well,
But the Supreme Court doesn't have to be representative of like the makeup of Congress. It is technically its own independent branch. However, there are examples of how we could add or remove justices. I'm for adding. I'm not for the
Yeah.
unconstitutional impeachment of judges. So
Oh, for sure. And like another thing is like, how could we boot out the people who are obviously not America and citizens first, because and they still have that power after like what 4, 6, or 10 years.
well,
Like-
I think it's fine for, I mean, there's a reason that we allow people to come here, and if they've been here a citizen for 5 to 10 years, they can run. It's because it is a matter of representation. So there's nothing we can really do about that. People being dual citizens. So I honestly think that's fine.
But the thing is that I'm not really talking about like dual citizens. I'm talking about like them obviously like having more of a side towards like the country that they're talking about rather than the country that they're like obviously like working for.
Well, so I feel like are you talking about Israel?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Well, the issue with that is that we cannot discriminate based on your country of origin. That's something that has been, brought in front of the courts and stuff, and we can't do that. And I think that's fine. I don't think that people have like I don't think a lot of our representatives have this like dire ride or die thing with Israel. I think the issue is it has been a very close ally for a very long time, and so it's hard to decouple from that, especially with when you have groups like APAC and other sorts of groups. So the first thing we'll have to do is get rid of Citizens United if we want people to truly stop having ulterior incentives in that sort of way.
Would you say that like APAC would need to be getting rid of as well?
Yeah,
Because
that's
been-
what
it's been-
that's
because
what
it's been
repealing.
obviously, like a big factor in a lot of votes as well.
Well, that's why we want to repeal Citizens United, is because
Yeah.
yes, it would prevent all of these major political action groups from donating.
Yeah, like because I don't think like especially with the votes of that pretty much involve the citizens of the United States and our tax dollars. There shouldn't be any outside, like people from the
Well,
outside.
APAC is technically not an outside group, although I don't deny that it is very focused on Israeli ambitions as well. So I just, repealing Citizens United and then passing a bill that prevents individual donors from any donors from donating over like 200,000 to a campaign should fix that. But it doesn't necessarily get at the heart of a lot of this. Well, it does. What I said does, but a lot of
Yeah.
people don't feel like they're very represented by their representatives. So I think we should uncap
Yeah.
the House and make it more representative.
Oh, totally. And one last thing is, it's mainly about conservatism, and like, how do you feel like conservatives should like start thinking? Not start thinking, but I didn't really think of this question. Yeah.
No, you're okay.
So my bad. Sorry about that. But do you think conservatism is harsh for American culture? And if so, how do you feel conservatism should be better for themselves
Well,
and America?
I mean, conservatism really is this shifting ideology. In a lot of ways, I would consider myself a conservative because I do want to conserve this democracy and the institutions that have built it up. I guess what a conservative right now needs to aspire to, just in general, is bipartisanship. A lot of Republicans have a problem with working with the other side, and that makes our country not work. So,
Yeah. All right. You gave me the right answer. That's good. All right.
hell yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great day.
You too.
Peace. Yeah, guys, I don't hate conservatives, and in a lot of ways I do consider myself a conservative because I believe in conserving the democracy that we have right now. See, what differentiates me from a typical conservative, though, is that I don't believe you should ban women or ban trans people from women's restrooms. I'm not fear-mongering about the trans curse or anything like that. Anyways, it's because I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. Okay? And if you agree with this patriotic movement, feel free to like and subscribe and donate if you guys are enjoying the stream. I do 2 shows every day, one in the morning and one in the evening. So if that interests you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are looking for those that still support this administration. I think it is a dwindling number. It dwindles day by day, ladies and gentlemen. Democrats. Oh, we got an unknown. Somebody called in that had already called in before. Listen, you get one shot. You get one shot, then you have to reset for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Have to cheat with our votes. Listen, there is no cheating involved in the elections, my friend. Do you have an example? The burn bags. Oh my god, I remember that. The burn bags. Oh my goodness. I never thought I would hear about the burn bags again. Anyways, feel free to call in, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for those that still somehow support the administration. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of cope, a lot of conspiracy today. A lot of cope and conspiracy, folks. We have had debt for decades. Don't be a hypocrite. Say it matters all of a sudden. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I agree. I don't need to show you. My feelings guide my thinking. There we go. Amen, board. That's a good strategy. Both sides. Listen, guys, both sides. It's nice to feel when you're a Trump supporter that got betrayed, but listen, it's not productive. This guy hates Israel? What are you talking about? I love Israel. Hold on. Here, I've even got my own soundbite for it. Hold on. This is how much I love Israel. Listen. I love Israel. Listen to that. I love the place. Anyways, feel free to call in, ladies and gentlemen. What's my stance on Palestine? It should be a state. You can't have a surplus when debt is damn near 40. Well, who added to that recently? Who added to our debt? Let's play this game. Who added to the debt recently? It would be Donald Trump, by the way, guys. It would be the Republicans. Oh, every president? That's not true. Bill Clinton balanced the budget. That's not true at all. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are super close to having 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible, okay? Without you guys, this would not be possible because I have one of the best communities. We're at 800. We're at 1,894. We need 6 new subs to enter into the 1900 territory. What's your stance on my dead family? Not good. I wish they weren't dead. Oh. Just hung up. That's weird. It's like a ghost call. And Clinton did add to the national debt. Well, he balanced the budget. Isn't that what you guys cry about? Too pussy to acknowledge me, says Holiday. Listen, you wish I was too pussy. Listen, man, I'm sorry that I don't even believe your story, I'm gonna be honest. I disagree. Well, guess what? We have a way in which you can voice your disagreement. It's called a cell phone. It's actually very difficult for MAGA to use. Very difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, folks, we got one more hour left on the live stream. Feel free to like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying. We're going to be raiding you into Ice Beans later today. She's got a 24-hour live stream going on, which is pretty huge if you ask me. That's pretty big. Why can't we just start caring about each other and be friendly? Well, I do care about my fellow Americans. That's why I advocate for the policies I advocate for. It's because I care about my fellow Americans. Anyways, feel free to call in, ladies and gentlemen. We are just waiting for the MAGA defenders, folks. We know they're out there. We know they're out there. Anyways, folks, Trump has been in office for a year. That's not his deficit. Well, he added to it. Do you know how debt works, sir? Like, if you borrow money and all that. Like, I know it's difficult, the idea of an economy, but Hunter sold the painting. That's very true, and we need to persecute him for that. That's what we need to do. Even Clinton added 35% to national debt. I don't think that's true, sir. Anyways, feel free to call in, ladies and gentlemen. This is a sad showing from MAGA as they continue to fail on things like the economy, groceries, jobs. They are failing on it all. And what do they have to show for it? A war that nobody wanted except for the administration. What a shock, right, ladies and gentlemen? You don't exist? Oh, thank God, then fuck off with the same stupid stream idea. Both sides suck. End of story. That is a upset Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen. That is an upset Trump supporter. Have you seen the DSA platform? Andre, I know you like it, but it is pretty cringe. Clinton added about 1.4 trillion. Still pales in the, and I'm just going to take that as truth, still pales in the comparison to 4 trillion added by the one big beautiful bill. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in. Thank you, Kay Miller. I appreciate it. Obama! Obama! Obama added 9.3 trillion? That's just actually not true at all. That's insane that you think that. That's insane. The revolution part is pretty cringe. TDS channel? How did you know? How did you know, sir? How did you know about my TDS, what's it called? Diagnosis. Are you looking at my medical bill, sir? Biden added 5.8 trillion. No, he didn't. Oh my goodness. The misinformation here is just insane. Fox News is really killing people. Fox News is melting some brain cells. Honestly, it should be used as a new form of warfare, considering how effective it is on the American population. Let's just, like, blare Fox News onto Russia news. Maybe we can get them. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. It is a bit of a slower day. Ladies and gentlemen. I looked it up and Obama added 8.54 trillion. All right, let me look it up real quick. Let's look it up, folks. Over a 9.5 trillion increase in gross federal debt over his two terms, rising from roughly 10 trillion. He did. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That damn Obama. That damn Obama. Why did he do it? Why did he do it? Obama? Yeah, exactly. What's up, Dylan? Good to see you. Feel free to call in, ladies and gentlemen. We are just waiting for those that disagree. Honestly, I may, since Beans is doing a 24-hour stream, I may raid into her a little earlier today since, you know, it's a little bit of a quieter day. So if I don't get any calls here soon, I'll probably just end the stream. I know, absolutely disgusting. Well, there we go. We may not have to end the stream. Right Choice Construction, I'm assuming.
Call from.
Right Choice Construction.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, how are you doing today, sir? Or ma'am?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. So did you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far or with the prompt?
I mean, I actually am curious to hear why you think the Republicans and Trump have screwed America.
Yeah, so I look at the policy platforms that they supported before Trump got into office, such as lowering the price of the everyday items, lowering gas prices, and starting no new wars. And they have failed on all of those aspects. They've also failed in terms of transparency because they haven't released $3.5 million files worth of files from the Epstein files.
Okay, but what about that screwed America? I
Yeah,
agree.
so it
I
screws
mean,
America when you... Yeah, so I would say the screwing, the definition of screwing, is hurting our self-interest, and he has done a lot to hurt our interest.
well, I mean, yeah, every administration is going to do things that you may or may not agree with, depending on whatever you voted for. But it doesn't mean that America's screwed.
Well, I think
I mean,
America's the best country in the world, and I think Democrats
I
are going
do
to
too.
fix it.
I don't think we've come to a tipping point where we're screwed, even in the slightest
I'd
amount.
say
I
we're a
mean,
failing democracy right now, and that in itself is screwed. We have we have the executive pressuring the DOJ to go after cases that have no merit. We have corruption on a scale that we haven't seen before.
so
Um,
when they went after Trump for all the things that they went after Trump for,
what were those?
that wasn't
What
what were those?
what was the issues that they went
Well,
after Trump for?
they said first that he took classified documents from the White House, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every president did that, including Biden, as vice president, had
Yeah,
documents
and guess what?
So,
Biden had an investigation done into him.
right. Well, I'm just saying, I think
Well,
that
and the types
I
of
think every
files are
president's
also
going to take
different.
stuff
Do
from
you realize? So, like,
the
do you
White
know
House.
what type of files Trump had versus Biden? Biden had some
They
like
they
documents dating back to his vice presidency and just like random bits of nothing. Like, it's still bad, but look at what Trump had. He had our national strategy. He had intelligence about Iran. He had all sorts of, truthfully, national security breaking or national security damaging files. It's a difference in file type.
I don't agree with that. For one, I don't
Do you
think
know
that
what
that's
the files he had was? Because I
He
do.
had
I've done
mostly
research.
yeah. So I mean, I can do a
Yeah, so
cursory
like our
search
military
too.
movements for Iran and
Um,
Russia, those are important, right?
Yeah, but they're past documents. They're not relevant to the current administration
Oh, well, that's not
and
true
those
at all.
tactical plans. Well, it
What?
totally is. I mean,
Our national
everyone's going to come
strategy
in.
doesn't change with administration, sir.
It does too. Of course
Well,
it
it
does.
shouldn't.
Because everyone
I
has a
agree.
new.
Trump is fucking it up, but it shouldn't.
No, I'm not saying that Trump's fucking it up. I was just curious on why, because I don't think that America's screwed, and that's what
No, I
your
think
text
that
says
I don't think
on your
I
deal.
don't
And
think America is screwed. I think Trump and the Republicans have screwed America, but I don't think America is gonna fall or anything like that.
yeah, but by it being screwed like that,
Yeah,
like
it's
to
screwed
me
up
means
right
like there's
now.
no
It's got
way out.
issues right now. Yeah, no, it doesn't, sir. I provide
Well,
real
but no,
solutions
but that's the
all
way,
the
like,
time. I provide real
well, I'm just
solutions
saying,
all
like,
the
if I
time.
say, what I'm saying is like,
What
if
isn't
if
it?
I
Is it
say
nearly as
something's
bad as
screwed,
saying "Make America Great Again," implying that America isn't great right now, or always has been, or hasn't always been great?
I mean, so I think that
Oh, that one's
there's
a little
well,
difficult,
time out.
isn't it?
There, no. There are going to be ebbs and flows to a country. It's not all going to be like a straight up and down trajectory
So
path.
me saying that the Republicans screwed America is worse than making your national slogan "Make America Great Again," implying it's not great. I don't know, man.
No, I think it could be greater than it is now currently. I think that I think that we have
I think America's
not
doing amazing, and I think it will continue to do amazing in
yeah,
spite
but you
of the
just
leader.
so stop.
In spite
You
of
said
the
that
leader.
Trump screwed. Stop. You said Trump screwed America, but you said America's still doing amazing. So like you
Well,
can't.
it's
have your
always going to
cake
do
and eat it.
amazing compared to other
Well,
countries, but he's screwing
well,
us up in
no,
terms of our direction for the country and also in terms of our economics, in
yeah,
terms
but
of our geopolitical place on the world. Like, you're trying to
see,
take
I
issue
don't
with
feel
the
that
word
way at all.
screwed, but you don't. Okay, so
No,
you
I'm
think the
not. I'm
world
not. You
respects us. You think the world respects us when we bomb Iran and don't get any concessions and then go back to bombing Iran some more. It's childlike.
isn't that isn't. I mean, this is how shit like this works. I mean,
Were you
it
okay
is
with giving him
you
$300 billion?
no. I wasn't okay with Obama dropping them off a big pile of money either. I don't
Yeah,
think we should give any
1.7
other
billion
country
versus
money.
300 billion.
No. I'm not gonna. No,
Yeah, because you know
I'm
you'd
not
get
okay.
screwed in
Listen,
that
stop.
debate. You know you'd get
Not
screwed.
okay. Listen,
You
I'm
yourself
not
would
okay
be
with
screwed instead of just America.
as as far as what?
As far
As
as
what
Obama's
what
JCPOA versus the war in Iran that is currently being perpetuated by the administration.
what about that screws me?
Well,
what, why am I screwed
you're
now?
debating a pro-Trump position right now, a pro-Republican and Trump position. And you know they're screwed on that point. It's smart.
I guess. Well, no. I guess I feel like if we're gonna get involved and go over, and mind you, this is what bugs me about the whole Iran war bugs me because they begged us to come there. There were people being murdered in the streets, right? We started moving stuff over there, and then all of a sudden, we're the bad guy when they asked us to come in.
So
So,
no, they did
so
not
I
ask America
yes,
to
they
come in.
did. They
Point to
they
one
were
leader.
raising American.
Point to one
They were
leader.
the leaders weren't, of course, because we were supposed to come in and
Oh,
topple that
so we
government.
just
That's what
wanted
they
to
were
support
begging
a
us
front that has no weapons, that has no way to fight back against the regime? Stupid. If you thought
I don't
that.
think that was.
You're naive.
What do you mean? So people are being murdered by their government.
So
Who's
should we?
supposed to go and
Yeah.
get
So
involved?
if that's your diktat right there, then how do you feel about the war in Sudan? Should we invade
Listen,
Sudan right now?
If the
The
people of
RSF
Sudan,
is committing genocide right now, worse than what
I
Israel
understand
or
that.
any other. So
See,
should
I
we get
understand
involved
that.
there?
we can't be everywhere at once.
Oh, we can't
if-
be everywhere at once. We're supposed to be
what do
getting
you
ready to
wanna-
fight China, not fucking around in the Middle East still. So you're
Well,
kind of
so
cooked
do you-
there.
So you want us to go fight China? Like I don't
I think it's a
understand.
much
Like,
more righteous war to be fighting China than fucking Iran. Yes.
And I would say that fighting Iran is fighting China because we're taking out their ability to have oil. So I mean,
not
if
really
that's
though,
the
because
case-
they have Russia
Totally
right next
we
to
are.
them. Russia?
yeah, but we took away 40%.
We
of
forgot
their
about
oil.
Russia, guys. This guy forgot about Russia.
We didn't forget about Russia.
And
It's
guess
the
what?
ability for
Canada
Russia to
Canada
get
is
to
providing
China.
them oil too.
Not in the same way that Iran could. at a
Oh, what's the
closer,
difference?
cheaper
What's the
cost.
difference?
Cost.
Cheaper?
It's all, yeah, cost.
Well,
Cost is gonna
China's
be
fucking one of
everything.
the second richest nation in the world, so it doesn't really seem like they're gonna have that.
Disrupting supply lines. I mean,
It disrupted our supply lines too. You know that, right? Like we get fertilizer from there, we get natural gas from there. So it fucked
We
us
do.
up too. It's like we're gonna blow up the bridge, but
and
we're still on the
listen,
bridge.
I
Like,
think-
how smart? How
You're-
what a dummy.
Well, I think that Trump thought that this was going to go a lot faster than it did. And
So
it
we went
hasn't.
against what our military leaders have said for years.
So Trump went against the military leaders?
Yes.
The military leaders have been trying to get into Iran for years. They have some vendetta
Source?
against it.
Source?
I don't know what
Source,
it is.
please.
but-
Source, please.
What do you mean? There's been
Yeah.
all
Do you have a
sorts
source
of-
for that? No, I
that
don't
our
think our
military
military has
leaders
been trying to
that-
get into Iran for years. I think they saw the
Oh.
death trap that it would be for our American soldiers and said, "Fuck
You're-
that."
No, dude, you're wrong about this. I mean, you can
All right,
Google it,
source.
but
Source.
I can't give you. I'm talking to you on my phone. I'm not.
Okay, give me a
I don't
quote.
have the-
Give me a quote,
So-
like from a
so
general.
dude, how am I gonna quote the general if I can't give you the quote? Like if I can't read it, like I don't have it memorized. But there are.
Well, I just
plenty
think it's
of-
I think it's
Stop,
bad to
stop.
think our
Will you let
military.
me finish the? This is like let me finish what I'm
Sir,
trying to
your
explain to
point.
you.
What are you already said you don't have
Well,
a
look at-
point.
Well, look, no, I do have a point. I don't have a quote.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
just have
quote
a
it to
feeling.
you.
You have a
So,
feeling.
so I haven't asked, but stop. I haven't asked for any of for you to cite your sources, but now all of a sudden,
All right,
have
what
to
source
cite
do you
my
want me to
sources?
cite? What source
No,
do you want me to cite?
You cite it for me. I'm going to tell you something. You look it up. How about? So when we went to war in Afghanistan, there was a plan to take down 7 countries. Iran is the last one right now. Iran is the
Source?
last one on that list that we haven't taken.
What?
Look it up.
Source,
Look it up.
please. Like, this is a crazy claim.
It isn't.
All right, we got
I-
Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya. What were the other 4?
Hold on now. Hold on.
I would hope you knew.
You gotta
Is it
forgive me just a little
Pakistan?
bit.
If it's Pakistan, then we have a joint alliance with Pakistan in some areas. So,
It wasn't though.
what were the 7 countries
Like
that we
you're
were?
you're sitting in front of a computer.
Because I don't. What even is the plan?
So in speeches and interviews following the September 11th attacks,
Okay.
Clark, who is Wesley Clark, revealed that a classified Pentagon memo outlined a plan for the U.S. to take out or overthrow the governments of 7 nations in a compressed time frame.
Did you know there's a
Iraq, Syria,
classified?
Lebanon, shut the fuck up and let
Did
me
you-
talk.
well,
Libya,
sir,
Somalia,
you know-
Sudan, and Iran.
Somalia. Wait, we haven't overtaken Somalia yet. We haven't overtaken Libya yet. I mean, we kind of did. We haven't
Yeah,
overtaken.
and Syria,
Well, wait.
and-
We
we're
haven't
working on it,
overtaken Lebanon yet. What
We're
were the
wor-
other?
like,
What were the
all
other
this-
nations? Go
look-
off.
I just don't get it. Like, so I'm I cited my source, and now you're
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah, so number one, that's a misunderstanding of what those internal Pentagon memos are for. They're for wargaming. They're for if we can do it, not necessarily a plan of we're going to do it. But they have all sorts of memos. They have
outline
memos
U.S.
for taking
plans
out.
to take
They
out
have
or
memos for
overthrow the
taking out the
government of
president. They
7
have
nations.
memos for what would happen if a state governor was to go rogue. They have all sorts of memos, sir.
Okay, so every time, so is this what's going to happen? That every time you ask me to cite my sources, then I go cite them, and then you're just going to tell me that?
Well, I'm
of
telling
course, it's
no,
all a
sir.
plan,
This
it's
is
all-
this
Well,
is
yeah, but I can do the
specific.
same thing to you.
This
I can
is
do the same- see how
specific.
that
This
doesn't
is
further the
specific to.
dialogue?
This is the specific. This is specific.
But
This
okay,
is
yep, we got
specific.
it.
This is specific to the type of evidence in which you are bringing up, and why it is misleading to what you're saying. There's all sorts
No,
of
it's
these
n-
types
it's
of
n-
memos.
It's clearly not.
No, it is. And also the proof of it is in the pudding. Have we taken
Cite
over
your sources.
Somalia?
How is it not?
Have
Cite
we
your
taken
sources.
over
How is it not?
Somalia? Have we taken over Somalia, sir? What
We
were the
have
other
gone-
nations? What
we
were the
have
other
gone to
nations?
war or
What were the other
had
nations, sir?
military intervention.
Sir, I want to hear your
in-
I want to hear your evidence. What were the other options? What were the other
Listen,
states?
Again, it's not that
List
that
them
actually
off. You
happened.
said
It
you
doesn't-
wanted
doesn't mean
that. I want you to clarify your evidence, sir.
I
You
said-
brought it out here
what
like
I
it was
said-
this golden ticket
Listen,
to win the
stop,
debate.
Stop. No, it wasn't. I'm just saying it's been said. You said that there was
Okay,
no
well,
plan,
tell me the
and I'm saying
7
that there was a plan,
nations.
and so that's what I was
Tell
getting
me
at.
the
You said there
no,
was
I
no
never said
plan.
there was
I
no
said there's a
plan. I
plan.
said that we didn't do that, sir. So please
No,
tell
no,
me
no, no, no.
what
You
were
said-
the
you
7
said that there-
nations? What were the 7 nations? I'm gonna keep asking until you do it.
Well, but that doesn't.
What
okay,
were the
but that
7
doesn't make
nations?
any
Here,
sense.
you're
That's
getting
not
caught.
the
You're getting
point
caught
of
in the
argument I was getting
Oh,
at.
what
though.
is the point of the argument?
That they had a plan to go into Iraq. I said that this has been on their list for a long time. Then you
Yes,
said, what
that's the
list?
part
What are
I
your sources?
disagree
And
with.
I just
There are
said
memos.
That this is the list that I'm referring to.
Yeah,
This
but
is the
there are
list that I'm
memos like that in
referring
the there are memos like that in the
You
Pentagon
asked what
all the
list, and
time.
I said the list. I
Yes,
said
and
the
I'm
list.
telling you
asked
why
what
it's
proof.
not. So I'm contending with your evidence, sir. I'm contending and telling you
So
why
stop,
it's
though.
not
No,
evidence.
No, you're not. Like,
I
this
am.
This
I'm
is
taking
malarkey.
issue with your evidence. So tell me, you're gonna have to show me how memos are taken super seriously in the Pentagon, and any memo like this is going to be the official narrative of the Pentagon. Also, Pentagon, not the CIA, not the FBI, the military.
Well, yeah, the Pentagon is the military. The military
Yeah.
does military operations.
Whoa, no way, really?
What are you getting at? What are you getting at? I don't understand.
Well, the CIA would be responsible for doing a coup inside of a country, not the military. The CIA would be responsible for destabilizing a country, not the Pentagon.
You don't think that they would also use the military?
They have their
to
own department
aid
for
in-
this type of stuff. Why would they do that?
Oh, I'm sorry. How many years of experience do you have in the CIA?
How many years of experience
Or
do
in
you
the
know
military, for
have
that
knowing
matter? Like,
basic
how do you know?
civics?
How do you know?
How do you?
anything
Oh,
works? Cite your
whoa!
sources.
Hold
Cite
on,
your
I didn't.
sources.
Sir, are you a
your
4-star
sources.
general? Hold on, I didn't know you were a 4-star general.
I quoted you off. Of
Stand
the internet.
up!
I read what you wanted me to read, and now you're telling me that that's what I read to you is wrong, and that's not how it works.
I'm not saying
But
it's
this
wrong.
is-
I
and
am
that's
saying
even-
that's not how
even
that
AI,
works.
like,
I agree.
Putting that all together, like, I mean, there's all kinds of compiling that happened with the AI. Don't you think that they amassed this from a multitude of places?
Wait,
like,
are you using AI right now to
cited my
debate me?
sources, but now you're an expert in how everything
Wait, were
works.
you using AI to... Hold on, sir.
Well, of course I
Am
was.
I
That's
arguing
what
with
happens when you
Grok right
Google
now?
something.
Am I arguing with
No.
Grok right now?
Not at all. Like I can keep on scrolling down.
Well, I would prefer
Here.
if you actually had a real link and like, yeah, I'll look it up if
Here,
it's like
I mean,
a
I can
real.
quote you, I guess, right from Wesley Clark on this link.
Okay, so what did Wesley Clark say?
Well, you have to understand, like, you're asking me to look
Yeah,
for
I'm
this thing in
asking you
real time
to
and be
verify what you
responsive,
believe.
like I had all this prepped. Like I had
Sir,
all
you
this
should have
prepped.
been
Like,
prepped when
I
you
was-
called in. Why weren't you?
Because I called in to I called in because what caught my eye was
Yeah, it's
that
called the
you said
debate.
that the,
So you should have known
the-
this shit
the-
was going to be brought up. Sorry. No
and
one's
I
going to feel
called
bad
in
for
to
you.
debate you that
one's
the
gonna feel bad.
Republicans haven't. Dude, no
I'm just
one-
being honest. No one's going to feel bad
Oh.
for if you bring
No,
out this little sob
I-
story about like,
was I
oh, I
asked-
never
well, I'm
prepared.
telling
I
you what
never prepared. Like, this
you-
is a debate, man.
How was it? What were the points of the when you debate something? There's points laid out in front of you beforehand.
Yes,
Like,
so what
that
we
you
were
get to
originally
debate those-
debating
so-
was if the
and we
Iran war was
debated
good.
whether America
And then
was
you said,
screwed or not.
and then you said that military experts have been planning this for a while. And so I asked you, your source is a quote from Wesley Clark,
And that-
I believe a retired general.
Which do they source? Do they ask for sources during debates?
Yes,
Because they don't.
they
no,
do.
they don't.
Have
No,
you ever-
do not cite your
Have you
sources.
ever went
You
to
do
like,
not-
sir,
no,
have you ever?
No, you don't. Yeah,
So you,
do
so
not
okay,
have
so
to
you've
cite your
you've done
sources
high
during
school debate, right? You've been in high school and
don't
college
cite your
debate,
sources.
right?
You do not have to cite your sources. Like it's a
Have you
debate.
been in
It's a debate
collegiate
of
debate?
ideas. It's
Have
not-
you been
it's
in
not-
any
it's a
form of
Of
debate?
ideas. Yes.
Okay,
You
so
don't
you
have
would
to cite your
know
sources.
you would know that when bringing a disadvantage to an affirmative, you have to have sources to cite that claim. You know that.
So we weren't even close to being in a debate style. Like I called in to ask you a question.
I do this
about
all the
how
time,
America
sir,
was
so I don't
screwed.
know. I was ready to have a debate.
With a computer at your fingertips, well, you're
I haven't
citing
looked up,
sources and
I haven't
having
Googled
AI.
one thing and
and-
I've cooked you, bro.
You can't prove that at all. I'm watching you right now. You
I can't prove
that.
what? Can't prove what?
You can't prove that you're not getting fed information from AI.
Oh my, I can't believe
prove
this.
that you're
Okay, hands
can't
up.
prove it.
Hands up. Ask me a question, sir.
Well,
Hands up.
I'm
Since
just-
you think
I'm just saying-
Sir, you've openly admitted to using AI. I'm not
Yeah,
using
I
AI.
did. I don't
I'm
have any
not.
problem with it, but how do I?
I'm just
you're
using my
acting-
intellect
you're
and my
sitting here on the
recognition.
hill acting. So I Googled something, and that's what came up. So I don't.
Okay,
see
so
a
you've
problem
done
with
even
that.
less
You asked
research
me to
than me
Google it.
in most of these situations.
You asked me to Google it. I told you that I didn't have it prepared.
Okay,
and you
then
asked
why
me
did
to
you bring it
Google
up? Now we're just having a meta
I didn't
debate
bring that
about
up.
how.
I'm saying,
Now
do
we're
we
just
know
having
that
a
you're
meta
not
debate.
sitting
Now
here?
we're just, sir.
How do
I
we know
promise
that
you.
you're
I
not
promise
sitting
you.
here
I promise
filtering
you. I
through
did
this
not Google anything so
AI?
far.
But you can't prove it. So how do we
What-
know?
what do you want
we
me
can
to do?
only see your face in the mic. We can't
Okay,
see
well,
your
sir,
computer
you're just
screen.
gonna have
we
to
can't
trust
see what's
me.
behind you. But this is the problem with this. This is what I think you're doing. I think you're filtering this all through AI, and you're
What,
not truly
bro?
debating. Yeah, dude. I
What?
don't think you're actually having a debate right now. I think you're
Sir,
using
this is
AI
a
to
crazy
structure
accusation.
your
What do you? How do
argument.
I even disprove that? What do I have to show you my computer like inter monologue? Like what, bro?
Well,
This is a
I just don't
crazy because I've cooked your ass so hard that you are now reverting to claiming I'm cheating. Think about that, guys. I
You
have
haven't
cooked
me at
this
all.
man
You
so
haven't made a
hard.
reason-
I have cooked him.
you haven't
He's
cooked-
caramelized right now, folks. He's
What is cooked about
caramelized.
it? What's cooked about it? I don't see what you've actually made.
Bro,
a point
you're
to.
cooked on your point
You've
that
been-
you think military leaders
you've
have
been-
talked about this for a while. You're cooked on your point that Donald Trump is doing this to fight against China. You're cooked on your point that Republicans didn't screw
No, I'm
America.
not.
They
All
did.
those
And you
things- all those
continue to
things are true.
cope and seethe right now. And it's
No,
beautiful.
all those things are true. You're just gaslighting the situation. This isn't you. If you can look it up, we have hurt.
How am I
China's
gaslighting,
economy
sir?
because there's facts that you can look up information.
Yeah, I
that
saw. Have you
we
read the
have
BLS
hurt China.
statistics from yesterday or the day before? My
I
bad.
mean,
No, you haven't, have you?
no. What the fuck
No.
what's the BLS statistics?
Yeah,
What's
so
BLS?
prices are staying the same
What's
right
BLS?
now.
What's
The
BLS?
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
For China? For China.
No, for America.
What would that have to do with how we're affecting China? That's what I'm saying. Like we are hurting China. China's being hurt by our war in Iran. As far as that goes, and then as far as we've had plans for this, like, so generals have come out and said that they were on the list. That's all I said, was that they've been on the list for a long time, that the
Yeah,
government
but what is
wanted to go
this,
after
the
them.
list? The list as in a Pentagon memo from like decades ago? I don't think the Pentagon is using that to... God, I've brought up 3 arguments
So-
against it, and you're still going
so
back to it. Isn't that funny?
So you don't think that the government has had a problem, or the military, maybe not the government, but the military's had a problem with Iran for a long time? That
No.
senators and politicians haven't spoken out and said that maybe we should.
So
they're an
senators
enemy,
and
that we shouldn't-
politicians are very different from the military, sir.
Well, they're part of the government. I'm trying to, I mean,
They are. Welcome to
So,
Civics.
I'm just saying,
a
like-
Bill. Have you heard of it? Great song.
yeah, but I said that the government, the military, has had
I'm just a Bill
an
on
eye
Capitol
towards,
Hill. It's a good one.
has had an eye towards Iran for a long time, and you said that that's not true.
No, what I said is that the military hasn't been trying to push for our government to attack Iran. And your only proof for that was a Pentagon memo from a decade ago.
So what? I'll try to find something more recent then.
I'm just a Bill on Capitol Hill. It's a good song. You should look it up. Might have some new info in there. Oh, I hope and pray someday. It's a good one. Kid House Rock, pretty cool. No, I hope and pray that I will, but today I'm still just a Bill. You finding
So-
anything, sport?
Well, I mean, what do you want? What do
You're the one making the claim, man.
I'm saying that they have definitely been an opponent. They've been an adversary. They've been someone on the government, on the military's, like, we should probably go to war with them for years. Like,
But what's your evidence for that?
see, this is the problem. I'm afraid that anything I say to you will be, you're just going to say it's bullshit and that I'm making it up, or that
Did I say
use
that
some
with did I say
source.
that with your memo? No, I brought up valid
Yeah, but as
reasons
soon
why
as,
you
but as
shouldn't.
soon as I said that,
But I brought
but
up
as soon as
valid
I typed it into
reasons.
AI, then as soon as I said I typed it into AI, then it was all bullshit.
I didn't
So,
type
I'm
anything
just
into
saying,
AI, sir.
I didn't say that you typed in anything into AI. I said that as soon as I said that I typed something into AI, you said it was bullshit.
No, I brought up specific reasons as to why the memo was bullshit. Can you name one of them? I
No,
listed 3.
no. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about when I said that I was using AI, and then you said, "Oh, look it, you're using AI, so it's all bullshit then."
No, I never said that. I brought
And then
very
and then we
specific
got and then we
reasons as
got
to
and then we got
why.
into a whole.
Now, then you made an accusation. Oh, I hope and pray that someday I will then let the bill. Hey, Bill. Oh, hello, kids. You guys, it's such a good song, guys. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Unfortunately, we have super low concurrent viewers right now, and I need as many people as I can to go to Ice Beans. So I will be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. CST. Until then, we're gonna listen to some music, and don't go anywhere because I'm gonna raid you into Ice Beans, and you guys need to say hi to her. Everybody here better like and subscribe to Ice Beans, okay? If you don't, I'm going to cry. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Blue. The blue is kind of cool.